Oi, 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 oi. Oi, it's been way too long since too long. I need to do this. I need to do this way more often. I'm really sorry, guys. Really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, but I'm back, and this time I'm not gonna leave you. I'm not gonna leave you like I did. It was not fair. It was very neglectful of me. Oh, Dark Tobias, what's up, my man? Had been here. Fuck did I put it? Oh yes, yes. Cookshare again with. Yes, 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 yes. What's up, Sayed? Sayed? Is that how you pronounce your name, Sayed? If between Miami and New York for a game, what pick? I would definitely pick New York. I would definitely pick New York for a couple of reasons. I would say the biggest one is there's much more. There's just much more volume of people, and I actually found that I think it's better because the Nightgame venues, I feel like they are. I gotta think. But what I remember about Daygame Miami was that there was very people out. Even if you went to South Beach and you went to Gun Road, I feel like there was still like not a lot of people. And in Gull, definitely not a lot of people. New York, you definitely do have a lot of people, so that's good. I also prefer Nightgame in New York. Even though Nightgame was good, I'm gonna say New York. Really? Is it better? Is it better now? Still shit. So it's still shit. Shit. Makes sense. How is it now? It's repeating. Well, hold on. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try with another mic. So we take this instead. Maybe this one is just fun. Okay. Is this better? Let me know how this is. It's the same. Okay, well then something must be fucked with the mixer, maybe. Oh. How is it now? Is it better? This is the same shit. Yeah, too, man. Is it now, or don't say yes or no? So say it's better. It's the same issue. Okay, same issue. Okay. In that, we might just have to do. We might just have to do this. Okay. How is this? Do you still have the same issue? Shouldn't. Better, okay. Okay, so fuck it. I'm just gonna replace the equipment. I'm just gonna replace all the fucking equipment. Fuck this shit. I'm just gonna order new after the stream. Turn on the volume. Am I not loud? Okay, now should definitely be loud. All right. Whew, let's see. What do we have in the chat? What do we have other than the mic stuff? Did you abandon the skin fade buzz cut? Yeah, I mean, fuck, I guess I did. I had that for like 3 years. It get kind of boring, right? So I'm just trying something new. And like from what I'm seeing in my interactions, this seems to be better. This actually seems to be better. So I'm gonna stick with this for now. So we'll see. Are you still on a clean diet? I'm seeing a Coke there. It's a Diet Coke. But yes, I am. I'm on a very clean diet. I'm on the cleanest diet you could think. Literally, chicken breast and rice. That's it. But the thing is, I've gotten so good at like cooking the chicken, so it's very easy. It's very easy to stick to it. Based on your experience, is Tinder or Hinge better in the US? I prefer Hinge. I preferred Hinge. So I downloaded Hinge for the first time ever when I went to US this time, and I found that you just get way hotter matches, and they're like way hotter and equally or more compliant. So it's just great, and I feel like sexualization was very good on Hinge, very good. And I'm kind of suspecting that it works even better because it's like unexpected. That's my hypothesis, at least. Any tips to approach Croatian girls during summer holidays? Well, it depends. Are you doing summer holidays in Croatia or are you doing it outside? Because when you're inside of Croatia, you need to understand the culture. You need to understand that they're very religious. They're very religious, actually. They're very Catholic. So there's going to be a lot of slut shame. So that's going to be your number one obstacle, slut shame, especially when they're in their big groups. That's going to absolutely be the main thing. But if they're traveling and they're on vacation, then they might just be in the mood to like really do crazy shit. So I feel like if you're meeting them outside of Croatia, then it's going to be like basically another girl. But when you're in Croatia, you need to convey that essentially that you are not going to judge her for her behavior if she's open with you, pretty much. You're not going to think she's easy. You're not going to think she's a slut or anything like that. So that's actually very important to convey. Hey bro, I hope you're doing great. Which countries have the most hardcore, toughest to AMOG men? Oh, that's a good question. Probably, I mean, I would have to say like probably like Ukrainian guys or like Russian guys. Yeah, I would say those. I mean, you could probably say like, you could probably also say something similar for like Lebanese, or I mean, essentially anything that's not West. Anything that is West is easy. But when you get outside of the West and like the fucking cock culture, pretty much, then it becomes much harder. What are 2 or 3 examples of openers that you used in Daygame Texas that you remembered using? Okay. So let me think. Like they were all very situational openers. Like let's say, for example, I would open inside of Whole Foods, which is actually where I found to be like the best. Then I would make some comment about whatever food or whatever they're taking. I mean, it's kind of like the same thing that I would do in like Starbucks. The opener could literally be like, hey, what are you getting? It's like a very easy opener. It's a very low compliance opener that everyone is going to respond to. No one's going to ignore it. So it's going to be very good. But then it's all about how you follow up. It's all about how you follow up after that. What's the follow-up? The follow-up is to spike emotions and to demonstrate value in some form. So that's what you're gonna have to keep in mind. And like I know that if I open in Starbucks, I'm like, what are you getting? And it's just like, oh, I'm getting like a green matcha tea, whatever. Then it's very easy to be like, oh fuck, that is like the most basic girl order I've ever heard in my life. Ha ha ha. And then you have like a good in. So it's like a good way to enter. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would always do situational openers. Like I don't have any canned openers anymore, and the ones I've had, I've forgotten them. Like I don't use them. But yeah, I think you're always going to be better off coming up with something situational, because the girls can tell if it's a lot of times, like especially if you haven't like practiced your delivery a lot, then they're going to know that this is canned or rehearsed, which is not good. I think it's just going to be much better if you're able to create something on the spot. And if you don't know how to do that, you should practice it. Do you think buying Hinge Premium is worth the price? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it is a very good return on the investment. Are American girls more DTF than European girls, you'll say? Well, yes, I would say so. But I would differentiate a little bit. I would add like a caveat to that. I would say that American girls overall, I feel like they're a bit similar to Swedish girls in the sense that it's going to take a little bit more to create the sexual attraction with them. Like you're not always going to start off with attraction, right? So I would say the threshold to get the sexual attraction is a little bit higher, but once you're there, then it's pretty much game over. Like once you have the attraction, there's very rarely going to be any objections or any concerns, which is very similar to like Swedish girls. So if you get to that point, you're good. Now with European girls, they're going typically, right? Just typically, depends a little bit where in Europe, but just like typically, they're going to have a little bit more like, I would say, concerns and insecurities, which American girls do not have a lot of insecurities. They're very confident, which is good because there's going to be very few things from holding them back to acting on whatever they want to do. So I would say that is like the biggest difference. So just to summarize, European girls overall easier to build attraction with, but more objections and more concerns. American girls is going to take more in terms of, you know, confidence, assertiveness, dominance, those kind of things to create the initial attraction, and you're going to have to display more value than you would with like an average. I don't want to say average, but with like the typical European girl, let's say. But there's also going to be less objections after you've gotten to that point. More frequent streams like before, right? Yeah, I mean that's what I'm gonna shoot for. Yeah, but I'm gonna be so busy for the next couple of weeks because I'm going to Tomorrowland in like 9 days from now. I'm going to Tomorrowland, and then I'm gonna be there for like 4 days. Then I'm coming back here and getting straight into a 2-week boot camp. So yeah, and then I have like 1 week off, and then another 4-day boot camp. So yeah, man, fuck, we'll see what I'm able to do. I don't wanna commit to something. I don't want to commit to be like, hey, I'm gonna stream every other day or anything like that before I can actually guarantee it. So yeah, but I'm gonna do it as often as is reasonable. If a girl says that she already like or has crush on someone, maybe he's in her class or something, should I leave that girl's or focus or someone else, or is this a typical problem of not enough value? Well, I would say that she could be really hung up on one guy for whatever reason. But I think it's safe to say that, you know, we could easily make the argument that if you had more value, this would be less of a concern. Like it would be way easier to make something happen if you had more value, and she would be much more open to considering you as a potential option over this guy than if you didn't have the extra value. So see, we always want to do everything that is in our control, right? And I feel like the only thing in our control here is to display more value. So I think that's what makes the most sense regardless. So just try to do that. That's what I would shoot for. But you can also leave it, but I wouldn't leave it before I've actually tried to display this value, because that wouldn't make sense. Because until then, there's no reason to leave, I would say. What's your best / craziest night game pull in New York? I wasn't night gaming in New York. I was just coaching. I was just coaching like every day when I was there, like literally every single day. So the girls that I had over, they were either leads that I texted from Nightgame like the day after or something, or they were from online game. Like I didn't have a single day to game myself. Like I was there for 10 days, and I coached 9 of them. And the 10th day I was at the airport, so I didn't get to have much fun other than the coaching. But I did definitely close a couple of girls when I was there. But those would be like leads, you know, like not like direct pulls, because, you know, obviously I'm busy. Yeah. When a girl asks you what drink do you like, how do you usually respond? Well, I tell her what drink I like, which is either like a rum and coke or like a gin and tonic. Have a threesome profile with my girlfriend for a year now with some success. 6 threesomes, quality ranging 5 to 10. Got any tips for the profile? Also tips for night game with her. Okay. Well, you should definitely teach her, like if we're talking night game, you should definitely teach her like how to approach, and then how to DHV you. Like how can she essentially talk you up and then bring you in. That's what I would teach her. I would teach her how to go and approach, and then how to DHV about, oh yeah, I'm here with this guy, he's this, and this. And then she brings you in. That's definitely what I would do. That's definitely what I would focus on doing. And then obviously, like, it's going to be You want her to sexually DHV you and then bring you in. But good night tips for the profile. I would have to see your profile first to see what you could or should change. But it seems like what you're doing is working, but I'm sure maybe there are things that could be better, more efficient. But it could also be like it might not even have anything to do with the profile. It could be in the texting. It could be a lot of different things. Yo, Daniel, what's up? Any leg count recently? I don't understand. I've lost 30 pounds recently. Fuck yeah. 30 pounds is a lot of weight. But I'm still obviously fat. It's a long way to go towards my goal weight. Should I still focus? Should I still only focus on weight loss before I start gaming? No, no, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense because you can go Daygame and you can get 20,000 steps in, which is, depending on how much you weigh, it could be like 1,000 calories. So, I mean, to me, it just makes sense to combine both of them. And I feel like one thing that I'm really grateful for was that I started out gaming with low SMV. Like my SMV was really bad when I started, but it improved over time as my skills also improved. And I'm very happy about that because otherwise I would have gotten very lazy, and there's no way that I would have ever taken the time and effort to learn everything in such detail. So I'm actually very happy about that. It's not an advantage to start off gaming with higher SMV because you might not really need to understand all the nuances, which is going to limit you. So I would start off just right now. And I'll tell you one thing: girls don't care about you being fat as much as you think. I can absolutely guarantee you that. I can guarantee you. Obviously, it matters. It does matter. Like, it does, but probably not as much as you think. If you go in there, you have good game, good charisma, you're confident, and you do everything else right, they're not gonna care that much. And I can say that from experience because I've been there. What are some of your situational openers you use during night game in bars or clubs? Well, this is the thing. They're situational. Like, I don't know. You need to put me in a situation to be able to tell you. But I remember, like, very specifically, this girl I pulled like maybe 2 months ago. I was in the bar and I was ordering like a bottle of water. Like, I opened the bottle of water and I take like a sip. I'm just like, what the fuck? This water tastes like shit. Then I open her, like, what the fuck is this? Like, how the fuck can you people drink this water? This is disgusting. And then she's like, oh yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that brand of water either. And yeah, I don't remember where it went from there, but I ended up pulling her. But yeah, that was my situational opener. So maybe that's like a good example. But this is the thing, you can't. The thing is that it is genuinely situational. Like, I don't have them planned. I come up with them on the fly. They're not planned out. I used to have planned out openers, but this is much better. So I'm never going to go back to having planned openers again. Considering New York a liberal city, what advantages do you get doing game there? Well, I would say they're going to be more open initially. They're not going to have these things with, slut shame and those type of, but fuck, it's America, man. Like, there's not really that anywhere from what I've seen. Yeah, I mean, America overall is pretty fucking liberal and open and everything. So yeah, I feel like it's the same shit everywhere, at least everywhere I've been. If I were to compare New York to Austin, for example, maybe Austin is a pretty liberal place, I guess, compared to other places in Texas, but I felt it was the same. No major difference at all. But I would say, like, overall, for like places that are more liberal, I would say America as a whole, but I would say places that are more liberal, they're going to be more sexually open. That's the bottom line, which means that once you have the sexual attraction, it's basically game over. You just need to get to the point of having sexual attraction and then making a move. How to behave with Russian women. It's going to be the same as with Ukrainian women or Belarusian women. You have to be ridiculously dominant, ridiculously confident, ridiculously assertive. And they also, this is what I've seen a lot of times. If you try to make jokes, or you're trying to be funny, or you're like laughing, or you're like overly positive, or you're like showing too much emotion, they're literally gonna look at you and be like, what's wrong with you? Are you gay or something? So they actually prefer you to be like very stoic and very, very serious and leading a lot. Essentially, you want to emulate what the Russian men are doing, because they are like that. Mostly here I'll meet like Russian or Ukrainian taxi drivers, but you can tell like these guys they're very serious. You can see how the girls are attracted to it. It makes a lot of sense. So I would do that. I would try to emulate the behavior of a stereotypical Russian guy, and then you're there. And I feel like this is why so many guys struggle with Ukrainian or Russian or Belarusian girls, is because they're not doing this. They're approaching these girls as if they would approach like an American girl or like a British girl or like a Dutch girl. It's the complete polar opposite. Because with the Americans and those, you have to be, I don't want to say you have to be, but it benefits you to be like very funny, witty, those type of things, right? It doesn't benefit you whatsoever with these girls. It actually hurts you. So being more serious and being more stoic is what's gonna win. Yo! What's an example of a rejection you got in New York or Texas? I don't know. You must have had at least one. I don't remember, to be honest.
Clean waters.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to remember a rejection that thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to remember a rejection that I got in New York or in Texas. But I can't remember any like rejection. Not really.
I mean, a lot. What are you speaking into?
This doesn't work.
Oh, okay. Can they hear this?
Yeah.
I mean, your objections are going to be like logistical.
Yeah.
Friends.
Yeah.
Work in the morning.
Yeah. I don't think I got a single like blowout from like a lack of attraction.
It's gonna be it's gonna be like
but they're with their friends. No, this was the case. Like almost every time they were with their friends. There was the friend's birthday or like a bachelorette or some stupid shit like that. And I was coaching. There was only 2 nights where I could game without coaching in this entire trip. So maybe that's also why. This could be the reason why I don't really have any, because it's not the biggest sample size.
I mean, I think you have to explain to them, these guys don't understand like LMR. Like I talked to Mystery. We had a debate, me and Mystery. He was talking about how LMR is part of the structure, right? Like that is part of game structure.
That is fucking retarded.
LMR should not be part of your fucking game structure. If you have game, if you have attraction and a value, LMR is not part of the fucking structure. So you're not getting LMR. Well, because to me, LMR is like, I don't have any attraction, any value. Yeah. I tricked the girl to come back. I escalated, and she's like, "No, I don't like you like that." But objections is different, right? It's like, "Fuck, my friends are here. They're gonna judge me. Are you gonna use me? Are you this?" It has nothing to do with the value and the attraction that you fucking have, right?
Yeah. I mean, if anything, I'm going to get something like that. But like, fuck, I don't think I had any, to be completely honest. No, I mean, there were girls who gave objections. They're like, hey, I can't leave my friends, but text me later. I had a lot of those. And I did text them later, and they did want to come over. So, yeah. I don't think I fucking had any, to be completely honest.
Not,
I don't think I did. I mean,
not
I could ask,
way
I could ask students or something, but I don't think I fucking did. Seriously.
Not in the same way.
No. Yeah. In Nightgame, after using the DOM subroutine, how do you go for the close? Like, what do you say? Well, if you run through the entire DOM subroutine, then you're going to figure out, you know, what she's into. Like, essentially, the entire point of the DOM subroutine. Well, I'll explain. There are a couple of things you're doing. One, you're conveying that you're dominant. Two, you're conveying that you're going to be able to fuck her well. You understand that she's submissive. She wants to follow all of these things. Blah, 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 blah. But at the end point, you're trying to figure out, how does this particular girl like to get fucked? Then you essentially communicate to her that, okay, this is what you like. Here's how I'm going to give you what you like. And then it's like, okay, let's go. That's it. That's simple. That's simple. If you're able to pull this off, then it's that simple. And why would it not be? Why would it be more complicated? Imagine, why would it be more complicated? Like, really think about it. It's like, hey, I can give you literally every single thing that you described to me that you wanted. Why would it be complicated after you've done that? It makes zero logical sense. After that, it's fucking easy. It's just like, all right, okay, let's go. Do you have a jacket? All right, cool, let's go. That's it. Okay, we're gonna leave in 5 minutes. I'm booking the Uber right now. That's it. That's how you do it. What's an example of a lifestyle DHV you use in Daygame? Oh, I use lifestyle DHVs all the time. So I'll say something like, yeah, I've been traveling the world for the past 7-8 years. You know, I spend most of my time between Dubai, Bali, Australia, USA. But, you know, I like to come back to Warsaw for the summer. You know, it's a good European base. Yeah, and I mean, this is all true. I have been traveling for 7 or 8 years, constantly, since. So that's one I like to use. Actually, now I've started talking about like YouTube subscribers, YouTube followers, that kind of thing. It gets them hooked as well. But it's obviously something that there's obviously only something that I've been able to say pretty recently. But I like that, and I'm definitely gonna figure out ways to leverage that more as well. Other lifestyle DHVs. I really like the travel aspect. I do make it a point to talk about how seriously I'm taking the gym, I'm taking nutrition and those type of things. I do like to bring that up because I think it does convey a lot of positive traits about you if it's framed the right way. Now, if it's framed from like a place of like vanity, then they're going to think that they're going to come to the classical conclusion that, oh, like this guy, he's too self-absorbed, he's arrogant, like borderline narcissist, right? So you don't want to make it sound like you're doing this out of vanity, right? You want to make it sound like you're doing this because you want to grow, you want to progress, you know, and you want the best for your health and for your body. You want to have your full potential, like those kind of things. So framing is important because you could frame going to the gym in one way and she's going to think you're a narcissist. And you could frame it another way and she's going to think like, oh, fuck, this guy he's really ambitious and hardworking and disciplined. It's all about how you say it. So yeah. Other than that, lifestyle DHVs. I mean, I think a good one could be to talk about like social proof. So for example, if you know people in certain circles, that could be like a good thing to, you know, throw in there. Maybe you have like a real nice apartment. Maybe you have a great fucking job. Like you want to be able to bring these things up. A lot of guys, they're held back because they're worried about they're gonna look like they're bragging or something, which is true. Like you could look like you're bragging, but I'll tell you one thing. Looking like you're bragging is 100 times better than just not displaying value and just being like an average, boring motherfucker. Now, it's not optimal to sound like you're bragging. I'm not saying that. But it is better than to not bring it up at all. Way better. And then, you know, once you're, let's say that you start bringing things up and it sounds a bit uncalibrated and it sounds a bit braggy, right? You can always tone it down. You can always tone it down and frame it differently. But I think that is something you have to go through as well. I think it's just like a necessary evil to get to the point where you're able to DHV without it sounding like you're bragging. Do you recommend to open more direct or indirect in Daygame usually? What is your preference? That's a good question. That's a good question. If you want to put it really simply, if you open indirect, you're going to you're asking for less compliance for her to stay and talk to you. You're not relying fully on having initial attraction. So it's going to win you more time to build up your attraction through, spiking emotions, demonstrate, DHVing, either through like verbals or through behavior. But if you're going direct, then you're pretty much relying that she found the approach so confident and maybe she liked the way you look. Maybe you're her type or something. You're relying on those things, which is also fine. Like I'll do that too. But like 9 out of 10 times, I definitely prefer to open indirect, because even like a if something has a 90%, let's say if something has, let's say, an 80% chance of working or not, I don't like that. I don't like that because I don't think that, I think that is still a little bit too risky, right? So even if I know that, hey, if I open this girl direct, I probably would have attraction, I probably would have compliance. I would much rather, open her with, let's say, indirect verbals, but direct subcoms. So essentially I'm doing all the shit where I'm squaring up, eye contact, I'm getting close, but my verbals are completely indirect. And I think for me personally, that is like the perfect balance. For me personally. For some guys, it might just work better to be completely indirect and then finding more, making like a slower transition with their subcoms and their body language and stuff. But most of the time, it's just better to go in, I say indirect verbals, but more direct body language and subcoms is what I prefer. But regardless, if you're going direct or not with your subcoms, you want your subcoms to be creating attraction. So you need to communicate confidence, assertiveness, dominance with your subcoms. If you're doing that, at that point, like if you get really good at that, you can open indirect, direct, maybe not even say a fucking word. It's still probably gonna work. If your subcoms are on point, which most of the time they're definitely not. Here we go. Yeah, that's good. I'll move over a bit. You sit here. Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything more to say on this? Because you were coaching Daygame yesterday.
I didn't hear the question.
Yeah. Do you recommend to open more indirect or direct in Daygame?
I mean, I think you need to learn to do both. So you need to be able to go direct, indirect. Did you explain like the differences between indirect and direct and like attraction? And so like I have students that their sort of instinctive reaction is to go direct because it's the easiest thing, right? It's like
and it's what they saw on YouTube. It's what they saw on YouTube, Infield or something.
And it's what they saw on YouTube. So I saw you from afar. I thought you were really cute. I had to come up and say hi. The problem, there's nothing wrong with that, of course. It drives me fucking crazy because I hear it randomly walking down the street. The problem is if your subcoms aren't on point, your confidence, you don't have any attraction, any meaningful level of attraction from the first 5 seconds of you opening direct. I mean, what the fuck is going to happen? The girl immediately is going to say, I have a boyfriend. Oh, that's very nice, but I'm in a hurry, or no, thank you, or walk away. Right. And that is what I see with students. It's at least 50% of the time, minimum. 50% is going to be a 5 or 10 second interaction. Where it's every student like this. I personally prefer to do like 90% indirect and 10% with the students, because we don't have any meaningful long interactions to work with, because most of the interaction, the girl is blowing the guy off, unless there's some initial attraction. Unless you get in. Like he had a couple girls, where he walks in, he goes, hey. He's like in the girl's face, stop. I'm talking to you. I saw you. You look fucking cute. And the girl's like, he's so assertive and confident. So he had a little bit of attraction there. You get away with that.
So that's what I'm going to say. If you go direct, you better fucking make it very direct.
Yes.
If you like pussy bitch your direct approach, then it's not going to work. It's never going to work. And that's what I see the guys doing. Hey, sorry, I thought you were cute. And they're 2 meters away and there's no tension. It just looks meek and timid and pathetic, like straight up. So if you're going direct, like fucking go direct. Don't hold back.
You have to, if you're gonna go direct, you better, number one, be just a very good looking guy and hope that a good percentage of girls just finds you attractive. And we have students like that sometimes.
Yeah,
they just look good.
And that is good to tell them go direct because it's gonna fucking work for them.
Exactly.
You tailor the advice to every student.
Exactly. Now me, I've been on the spectrum of SMV my entire life. I used to be super high SMV, superstar athlete. Then I went from 170 to 320. I've been on the whole spectrum. I know when my SMV is down, indirect is the best for me. Right? Now, I could go direct better than most guys, even higher SMV guys, because I make up for it with my confidence and yada, yada,
subcoms and shit.
But also, I am not even when I'm fat, I have mass. Okay, there's masculine features, and sometimes you look at a student and it's like, bro,
like your shoulders are fucking more narrow than your hips. Like there's not
like you'd be better off if you just gained 50 pounds of fat.
Yeah,
if you are a fat fuck, you at least you would have some mass, and the girl doesn't look at you and go, I could just push you down, right?
Yeah.
So. At the very least, I could go in with a little bit of masculine features and be confident and make up for it, right? But I like going in direct when my SMV is very low. So you go in under the radar and you build the value and attraction indirectly before the girl can say, no, thank you, I'm not interested. Because once she commits to the no,
then it's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
If she doesn't have a boyfriend, but she says, sorry, I have a boyfriend, she's got to commit to this.
Yeah, there's no coming back.
There's no coming back. So it's better to at least go in indirect, spike her emotions, have a good vibe, DHV, build a little bit. And then now she's kind of more open to you in general.
Yeah.
She hasn't rejected you.
This is so true because this comes back to the idea of we never want the girl to disagree.
Right.
That's how we're always framing, like if we're doing Tinder, we're framing every message to increase the probability of her saying yes. And we're decreasing her probability of saying no. So we're doing this in person as well. Because once you get her to, let's say you get non-compliance once. That's bad, but it's not over. If you get non-compliance twice, 3 times, you're done.
It's then you have to double and triple down to create spike her emotions, essentially, right?
Yeah.
You have to go in and sometimes if you get non-compliance for a while and nothing is working, sometimes just be provocative, spike her fucking emotions, and now you're taking a risk, right, at this point, because it's actually less risky, because it's ending, it's just about over. So it's better to spike some emotions and get some emotions going and to be able to recover it,
Oh, we're doing a Tinder live session today. Nah, dude, I'm so bored with Tinder. I can't do it. I need like another 2 or 3 months off from Tinder.
I am done until at least September.
Yeah,
I feel
new photo shoot, everything.
I think September, once all the cold approach coaching and everything is good, and we get into the text game boot camp day 1 at some point in September, then we could really get into Tinder. But guys, it's summer. It's fucking July.
Yeah, like fucking basement dwellers want us to do Tinder.
This is Daygame season.
You guys see how tanned I am? I'm not usually this tan. This is from Texas.
I'm burnt, actually. I was burnt from the mountains.
Kyrgyzstan mountains.
I went to the mountains to Daygame.
You went to the mountains to hunt eagles.
Yes.
While they're trying to hunt from their basement.
Exactly.
See, that's the difference.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
I went out there hunting.
All right. why do all pickup coaches say that in Daygame you're supposed to approach from in front and not from behind the chick? Well, let's just do this. Let's just picture yourself getting approached from behind. How do you feel? How do you feel? Well, first of all, I don't like it. And then it's very easy to blow someone off who's approaching you from behind because you're already turned away from them. And it just feels creepier. And I feel like you kind of lose that confidence factor of squaring up with someone. And you're saying that the way you're framing this question, you're supposed to like you teleport in front of the girl when you see her. Well, no, you don't have to teleport. But you walk up to in front of her. That's it. Just don't tap her on the shoulder from behind, like, hey, excuse me. You literally go in front of her, like, hey, excuse me. Now I'm in front.
I'm trying to figure out. Number one, if you ask this question, you're a bitch, okay? You're a fucking pussy. This is a pussy question. How am I supposed to get in front of people? This is a low testosterone pussy fucking question. What do you mean you don't know how to get? I could walk outside right now and literally get in front of everyone outside. Unless they're running faster than me or something, they're fucking track star racers running away from me. What do you mean you can't get in front of people? This is to me, this is like a mindset problem. This is a mindset mentality attitude question rather than like, how you're supposed to teleport. Motherfucker, move your legs. Look, people walk this way, right? Well, if you're walking this way and you're aware of your surroundings, you see a hot girl, you don't have 2 seconds to jump in front. Even if she passes you for 2 seconds, you can't jog up and catch up with some girl that's walking. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay. I think this is rationalization for you to not approach these girls because you're like, oh, what am I supposed to do? They're fast and come on. You know what? Maybe sometimes they are far away. They're ahead. But how many is that? 2 out of 50 or 2 out of 20?
And also, let's think about it. Approaching her from behind, approaching her from the front is a difference of like half a meter. You just have to walk half a meter extra to get in front.
And by the way,
it doesn't make sense.
Maybe you even open to the side. You get her attention on the side. She slows down. She makes eye contact. And then you come around. Everything doesn't necessarily have to be, I'm jumping perfectly in front. Sometimes you have to get their attention when you're walking on the side, like, oh shit, who the fuck are you? Blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you get their attention. They'll stop for a moment to slow down. And then you can move in front. As long as you're not a fucking scary, creepy dude coming from the side, right? But you could manage. Like, don't ask these stupid fucking questions. Really, it's one of the most annoying fucking things. Is like, do I open from the back or the front? It's a lazy, stupid fucking question. Of course, when you talk to a human being, unless you're autistic, asking this fucking question, unless you're autistic, then I understand. I'm sorry. You talk to people here. You don't talk to people in the back of their fucking head 10 feet away. Be a human being, learn how to socialize, get in front of people, and be a normal fucking human being. Talk to them face to face, right? Jesus Christ. I fucking hate those questions. I really do.
If you don't have really good Tinder photos, would you bother making Tinder and see what matches you would get? Or would you just not do it until you have photos to be happy with?
Yeah.
The thing is, I got a lot of matches with still pretty bad photos.
Yeah, but I think this is a normal trap we fall into because I go, fuck, you know what? I'm gonna wait until I get to,
and it's just procrastinated. Yeah, but you know what I think? I think it's gonna be motivating if you create an account with your shitty pictures and you're like, fuck, like no girl wants to talk to me because my photo's so shit.
Yes.
You're gonna get a photo shoot like this tomorrow and there's no procrastination.
Yes, and for me it also helps. Because I've had photos anywhere from like 210 to 330. Like I've had all kinds of different types of photos and looks. So I kind of see how many matches I typically get and how receptive girls are and how I can sexualize better and yada yada. So I get to kind of see the changes and the differences. So I think you should make it. You should work with what you have. And then you should fucking actually like go get nice clothes and go to the gym, get a really good photographer, find the right photos. Sometimes you have to go through multiple photos. And sometimes you don't even know which photo really actually gets the most matches. Because My biggest matching photo.
It's like a lumberjack.
It's a lumberjack photo. Was a real quick one, and I'm holding a tree. Who the fuck knew that photo was going to get me the most lays of all time? It's crazy.
Yeah, that's fucking strange.
And these super professional ones I take get less matches compared. So you never really fucking know. You really don't. So you have to test it out.
Yeah. What is the best strategy to use when the girls kiss you and tell you she likes you in a nightclub, but tells you, I'm not a one-night stand? So she's kissing you, but she's saying you're not a one-night stand. Well, I think it's easy. Like, hey, perfect. It's not going to be a one-night stand. That's where I would start. Then she might keep pushing that, and then you might have to do more stuff. But a lot of times, just enough. Like, all right, perfect. It's not going to be a one-night stand. It's going to be as many stands as your heart desires. That could be enough for most girls. And I'm like, okay.
But I think in this situation, because you have the sexual compliance and she's physical, she's touching you. I'm thinking, yeah, no problem. You get fucking nothing tonight. You get no orgasms. You get no dick. I'm not gonna fucking destroy you tonight. In the morning when we wake up, maybe I'll keep you tied up to my fucking bed all day the next day and fuck you all day. That's not happening. You get nothing. Okay, you can pull her hair a little bit. So instead of getting into which you may have to get into eventually, you may have to get into the actual verbal part of it. Maybe she gets turned on.
But see, I like this because it's something that I do in Nightgame. I will be like, well, not only when they're giving objections, but even if they're not. But I have a feeling that these are the types of girls who want to reject guys or make guys chase or something. If I get this feeling and I'm like making out with her or something, I'm literally going to stop making out with her. I'm going to grab her by the neck. I'm going to push her up against the wall. I'm going to look at her while I'm choking her. You're getting nothing. Exactly like you said.
You're getting nothing. And by the way, this is like a cheat code. I shouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
Why did I bring this up? It's a literal cheat code, even with your own rotation girls or your girlfriends. Like, even with the most good girls, shy good girls, if I tell any of my girls, by the way, just a heads up, you're getting nothing tonight. The motivation, the shock and competitive desire and fire in their eyes to do everything they can to make you fuck. They will literally get on their knees.
They get like a rapey.
They get rapey, and they'll actually try to shove your soft dick in their mouth. Okay, they cannot handle that, and it's the most fun thing.
It's so true.
Like, literally, they will hold you down and just try to get a piece of your dick out from your shorts and stick it in their fucking mouth. Just because you said that.
Yeah.
It's a cheat code. I mean, it's something you should just do every once in a while with your girls, just to make it a little bit more interesting.
We would like to see you socialite and talking to girls in the street. We get your fucking ass over to Warsaw then.
Yeah, all you have to do is to come here.
Yeah.
Talk to all the fucking girls.
I'm not gonna post Infield if that's what you're asking for. If you want to see it, you fucking come here.
Yeah,
those days are over. I'm not. Those days are over.
These are the artifacts of the previous the pickup community. These guys. You should have been married by now. It's already been 20 years. Come on. But, you should have kids. What are you doing asking for Infield? Let's get better so you don't have to ask dudes for fucking Infield anymore. Come on.
Yeah. Well, if you want to see it, come here.
But if you do want to see it, join the Mastermind. There's Infield in the Mastermind, first of all.
Yeah, there's more recent Infield there. But I'm definitely not posting on YouTube again. That is for sure. How do you adapt your game when you go out with other guys that have much higher SMV?
Okay, I got this.
Yeah. This is your specialty.
Hey, this is, as a guy who always is the fattest when it comes to, even with students. We've never had a student bigger than me. Fatter than me. Can you name one?
No.
There's not, like, literally,
like, not even close.
Not even close.
Like, not even within probably like 100 pounds.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I think maybe this was one guy who said, "You inspire me." He's probably watching. You inspire me as a fat guy to join UMP Mastermind and to get better. And then he posted how much he weighs. Dude he weighs my target goal right now for the past year and a half. My 2-year target goal is what he's starting out with. And I'm like, bro, like, right now I'm 35 pounds heavier than you and the same height, you know.
Yeah.
So it's rare for guys to be as big as me, as fat. But going out with Alex, this dude works on his SMV every single day. There's no vacation for his SMV.
No.
Every day, he's the most consistent person in the gym, with his diet, with everything. So first of all, you need to have that level of dedication if your SMV is low and you're going out with guys that are higher SMV. If you're not doing everything literally that you can every single day, you should not ask this question. Unless your game and your charm is just undeniable and your testosterone levels are like 4 times that of the average man, then you can do it, right? So what do? This is a very good question because it's a question I had to ask myself when I go out with Alex and Mark.
You got to leverage.
You can't compete on the level that, let's say, Marcus Wolf, his extrovert attitude and behavior, he's louder, he's more charismatic, he builds social power and social energy with each interaction. Me and Alex, maybe nowadays, I don't know, but we actually, our power goes down with each interaction, right? So our social power, we're a little bit more introverted.
You get tired.
You get more tired.
Yeah.
So we need like shorter time. And
I know for a fact that I will do the best when I'm doing 2 or 3 approaches in an entire night. I will pull one of them.
Correct.
If I do more than 2 or 3 approaches, I feel like my mental energy, like I'm getting drained. I'm getting tired.
That's what we both do.
Yeah.
We walk into the club. We go, all right, here are our 5 options that we're going to pull.
Yeah.
So first one, we try to pull the first, second, third, fourth, but we're pulling the first 5. We understand the first 5. We're not going 6, 7, 8, 9, unless we're just socializing and we
even 5 is like pushing it. That is a lot. If you have to approach 5 girls, I'm sorry, like you're not very consistent.
The 3 or 4.
It's just not like. And I feel like if it would take me more than 5 girls to approach, I would have like a fucking like a mini life crisis. I'm like, all right, what the fuck is happening?
You would come to me and be like,
something is wrong.
What's going on here?
Yeah, like what am I doing?
So, for example, I won't necessarily be able to distinguish myself and compete with a Marcus Wolf when it comes to socializing. Okay, that's like social charisma, talking to everyone. He talks to the bouncer, he talks to the bartender, talks to this girl and that guy. That's way too much for me. I don't want to do that. I have no interest. I want to go in, boom, 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 got my girls, pull my girl, go home and have fun with her, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to compete on that level. So when it comes to like SMV, you're going to be competing on a different fucking level. So you have to do things that distinguishes yourself from your higher SMV counterpart, right?
Yeah. The funny thing with the guy that used to game with in Vegas, you would tell him like, hey, just stand here. And sometimes, like I know this guy as well, he's a good friend. Sometimes when we're in the club and we're like, yo, just take your shirt off. He takes his shirt off and like swarm of like 30 girls up here, like all trying to touch him.
Right. And look,
fucking crazy.
If you're a lower SMV guy, you're not taking your shirt off and competing with a fucking Greek god looking dude, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I am more assertive and dominant than this guy. Okay. I have other traits that I put in the forefront, right? That girls like. So you have to ask the question, okay, yes, girls like looks. Yes, they do. You don't have the looks to compete with your wings. What else do girls really value that you can actually show off? You could double down. So confidence, now that's like a general, like just be confident. But anything in the umbrella, the realm of confidence, you're going to have to double down and really show off. So I'm going to be a lot more confident, okay? I want them to go, fuck, for a low SMV fat guy, god damn, he's got confidence. Like, why? Like, why is this guy so confident? Like he
carries mystery. Like why? There's something.
There's something there.
And obviously comes back to pussy eating skills. Yeah. That's why he's so confident.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to be more assertive, more dominant. You're gonna have to garner more attention. Or whatever your strengths are, you're gonna have to find out what they are and really double down. You can't be humble, okay? Don't be a low SMV guy trying to compete and be a humble guy. You need to DHV. You need to be fucking loud in the club. You need to be assertive. You need to walk up to the fucking girls, say what the fuck you want, right? You need to socially dominate the other higher SMV guys, right? Because a lot of times the higher SMV guys, they are used to just kind of pulling back a little bit and getting they can chill a little bit. They can get the attention. But if you don't allow that to happen, because no one really notices those guys because you are socially more dominant, you're going to get a lot of bonus points. And if you display all the traits, the masculine traits that women find attractive outside of your SMV, you're going to be fine. That's what I did when I was 300 fucking pounds, right?
Yeah, I
was
mean,
250.
I would say not just fine. I think you would do better than the high SMV guy who just stands there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I wasn't concerned about
guys
the
will not believe this when we say
they don't.
They will not fucking believe it.
I'm gonna continue to lose weight and get jacked, and guys will forget about this.
But like honestly, like stop being low SMV. Like stop,
dude, guys.
Just fucking do something about it.
Trust me, it's you get lazy when your game is so good and you're getting a lot of results and you're 250, 260, 270 pounds, you get a little bit instinctively, you're like, why do I have to really focus on my SMV every day when I'm just getting results? Yeah. But trust me, it's a lot easier. It's a lot fucking easier when your SMV goes up a little bit.
Yeah.
For fucking sure.
This again. That being said, how do you approach from behind when you see a chick in Daygame but happen to be behind her? We'll get in front of her. Get your ass in front of her. Don't know what else to say there.
Yeah, but too loud could startle her. Yes.
Yeah, because if you're coming from behind.
Yes.
Yeah, you're more likely to startle her if you're coming from behind. But if she sees you and you grab her attention first, she's not going to be startled.
But I would also say, don't be paranoid about startling the girl. Yeah. Startling the girl a little bit, I think, is kind of okay sometimes because you startle them and they just freeze for a moment, right? So that means they stopped, okay? And then you smile and go, wow, you look adorable, or whatever it is, just, wow, where are you from? You look 1 second, you look so cute, or whatever you want to fucking say, the generic things you will say anyway. But if you smile and they see that you're not going to murder them, then they're going to settle down in fucking 1 second, right?
By the way, loved your vlog. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a very good vlog. I liked it.
Yeah. What's your ethnic background? So I'm half Swedish and like half Arab. Yeah. My mom's got fucking blue hair. No, blue hair. Blue eyes. No, my mom is not a feminist. Don't worry. Oh, shit. She's definitely not. Blue eyes, blonde hair, like the typical Swedish girl. Dad looks like a typical Arab. And I'm what you get in between.
Yeah, that's a good mix.
Yeah, there is a good mix actually. It's not bad. So most girls, they will think I'm from either like south of Europe or like South America.
Yeah, South America. What's that question?
Why didn't you at least number close that chick you stopped in Daygame while you were drinking wine? Why? Like why? It was just a spontaneous hi, cheers.
Yeah, but the guys,
guys think that every girl you speak to, you're fucking doing something.
Yeah,
this idea of socializing and just being social, just being like normal is completely out of the picture.
But I think there's another component to this. There's a desperation. There's a scarcity component.
Yeah,
you have to understand if you have a lot of girls.
You don't care.
You have a lot of girls in your rotation, but you have a lot of girls that you're flaking on. You have a lot of girls just cold DMing you, like what you showed me today. You go outside, you could pull girls from Daygame easy. You could go to the Nightgame, you could Tinder. When you don't have scarcity and you have options as in you could remove all the girls from your life and you could build it up like that. You're not desperate to number close every fucking girl that you talk to that gives you compliance. Like he's thinking, wow, she's compliant and showing that's normal.
Yeah, like every girl, like fucking, it's like whatever. But I have to say as well, like in my first 2 years of game, I will say I didn't take numbers, didn't take Instagrams, nothing like that. It's either like I'm pulling now or like nothing. Like I'm, that's what I did, and I think that was good. It really it got me really good at pulling. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Why did you guys pick Austin out of the cities to go as well as New York? From what I heard, there's a hip. Nah, bro, the girls are hot as fuck there. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I feel like the girls in Austin were actually like ridiculously hot. I mean, I don't know if you've seen this, like blonde girls with the fucking cowboy boots and like the skirts and shit. And they're definitely not hipster looking girls. Definitely not. Now maybe some in Soho in Manhattan, but that's just like a percentage. That's just a percentage. There's a lot of ridiculously hot girls in New York as well who are not fucking retarded hipsters. So no, I think there were definitely great choices. Absolutely. Absolutely. On your Hinge profile, how did you demonstrate pre-selection like you did on Tinder? I did not do that. I had a bunch of other stuff, but nothing directly pre-selection, but I do have sexual stuff. Would you suggest being slightly sexual in your bio if you live in a conservative place like India? Well, yes. I think you have to try that and see how it goes for you, because in some ways it's going to cause you to stand out, which could intrigue a lot of girls, right? Because the girls there, it's like a conservative society. There's some kind of pressure where they need to behave conservative. That's going to be like the default behavior. But if you're the only guy who is communicating that, hey, you're sexually open, she's going to be far more likely to feel comfortable being open with you. So I feel like there's a big benefit to it. Now, are you going to filter out certain girls? Sure. But
also I think it depends. I mean, I've texted for Indian guys in India, so I understand the challenges. I understand the challenges that Indian dudes have to deal with Indian girls, but I think it really depends on what is slightly sexual in your bio, right? If there's no real sexual value in it, then it may not be very beneficial. But also, if your photos are shit, you look like a fucking, I don't know, you look kind of gay and low testosterone, right? But look, if you have very good photos, you're dressed well, you have good angles, you're showing masculine features, you're showing some dominance in your photos, and you add the sexual part, you're going to be able to get away with it a lot more, even in a conservative place like India. So you have to make sure your photos and what you're portraying, the perception of you in those photos, and what exactly that slightly sexual thing is. I mean, if it's Bob's and Vagine and you look like a creepy Indian guy in your photos, like this is not going to fucking work, right? But it's the same outside of India. If you have photos where you look like a good guy, you look like a nice guy, you look like some single mom's new stepdad or some shit, right? And then you throw in some sexual things in there, it's not going to be super congruent, and you may push a lot of matches away. But if you look like Alex and you have some fuckboy photos, you look very dominant, you look like you would choke a girl, right? And then you add some dom sub thing in the bio or something sexual, you're going to get away with it. But even with our look, if I cover my tattoos, I wear a button down, and I have photos with my mom, and it's like family photos and stuff, and then I put some sexual things. It's same person, but still less likely to work. So you need to be very congruent. Like the video, guys. These streams are quality. Yes, we are going to do a lot more. Well, August is going to be busy. We're coaching every fucking day, but. How much more do you need to focus on attainability in Europe? How do you know when you have attainability issue instead of something else? Well, you're gonna have to explain that a little bit more in detail. The UMP streams are definitely missed. Yeah, it's fucking difficult to stream much when you're coaching 24/7 and traveling the world, Yeah. It's not easy.
Can I get in there? Yeah. Ooh, to use the UMP lingo, after I got a taste of these streams, I was absolutely hooked. Oh, that's good. That's good. Are you keeping Hinge in Europe? I would like to hear your thoughts on it. Hinge better. I haven't tried Hinge here yet. I haven't been fucking with online game that much. I've mostly been like night gaming, which has been incredibly good. Incredibly good. Yeah, I've been on a roll in night game.
Oh yeah.
I've been on a fucking roll. It's very good.
But that fucking momentum.
Yeah.
You build. Guy, you maybe talk about building momentum when it comes to like game in general.
Yeah, yeah. For me, let's say, for example, if I take like a long break, the first couple of approaches, or maybe even like the first night, might not be amazing, but after that, I get the first pull in. When I get the first pull in, getting the second one becomes much easier. Third one, fourth, fifth. Before you know it, you're getting to the point of either getting objections or pulling basically every girl you speak to, which is good because it means you're able to get very far into the interactions. And I feel like that momentum is a big thing. So if you're this type of person, like, oh, I go to night game like once per month, you're always starting off without momentum. It's like I go to the gym for 1 week, then I take a break for 2 months. And like, oh, fuck, no, you have to start all over again.
And like you're spending those 2 months that you're taking a break, you're spending a lot of time inside.
Yeah,
you're
regressing.
But there's like a momentum, not just game momentum. It's like energy momentum, like moving forward. Like let's do something. It's sort of like when we tell students, don't wander around like these London day gamers. You could spot a London day gamer from a mile away, right? When you're in the club, if you're moving fast, you're going from point A to point B with purpose. There's something that builds that at least gets girls' attention in the club, right? They go, okay, who is this? I did that with the student. I said, all right, now what we're gonna do is we're going to move with purpose. Okay, so we have point A to point B. We're walking somewhere, like we own this place. We have somewhere very important to be. We're very important people. Let's go. And he's like, fuck. I mean, just the sort of attraction, the initial attraction from random girls on the street, looking over, a little bit curious, like, who the fuck is this guy? These guys, where are they going, right? That is like a good start to build good momentum, right? So you need to do this when you're day gaming, when you're night gaming.
Yep.
But also when you're living your fucking life.
You're going to the gym, you're going to the grocery shop, Starbucks, where the fuck you're going.
You need to get into
going to the RSD meetups, you walk with purpose there.
Yes, don't think that, okay, I'm going to work on my subcoms and all these things that I'm working on only when I do a day game session once every fucking week or once every month.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Thanks for the answer. Where could I show you my couples profile to get specific feedback? If you post it up in the Mastermind and tag me, I'll look at it ASAP. Okay, imagine you have a one-night stand with a girl and she kind of fell in love with you. She's fine, but you don't want to commit. What do you want to do? Well, that's good. It sounds good. What's the problem?
I
mean, what's the problem? Like, she hasn't asked you to commit yet.
Yeah, but okay, first of all, Javo, I know for a fact this girl did not say anything about being in love with you or committing. You made this up. She did not say, I love you. She did not say, I think we should be something after one night. You're creating this in your head. And if you continue on with this interaction with the thought that she's actually in love with you and that she wants commitment, it's a fantasy in your head. She doesn't, okay? Number one. Number two is very simple. Just don't commit. It's not very hard. Yeah. If she's like, I'm in love with you, I want you to commit, it's very simple. Watch this. No. No.
Yeah, no.
No. Look, I like what we have. We have a good time, but I'm not going to commit. I'm not interested in this thing. That's the way it is, but we're going to have a good time. If not, if you need to move on, you can move on. Like, this is, you don't be desperate and needy for this. And when you do say that, the girl's going to respect you a lot more, and she will actually probably chase you a lot more on top of that. So don't be a pussy. Like this is what it comes down to. Like guys are asking questions about how do you be more assertive in general in these things. Well, how about this? When she's like, I'm in love with you, can you commit? How about this? No, I'm not interested. Like, just fucking say it. Be blunt and honest. That is how you begin your journey into being a lot more assertive, let's say.
Simple. Should you check a girl that gives you an attitude early in interaction? If you should, how you do it in a calibrated way that will build attraction? What do you think?
Well, it depends on
attitude. The thing is, guys are saying that it's just straight up non-compliance and disinterest, but it's not like bratty attitude where they're trying to provoke dominance.
Yes.
So
the thing is, I don't trust the guys asking these questions to be able to read the situation accurately. If this is attitude, if this is brattiness, if this is just like non-compliance, or maybe it's just her tone is slightly different and he's taking it the wrong way. But my instinct is to tell guys, don't check it, because usually you're wrong and usually you don't know how to recover it if you check it the wrong way and it goes south. So I would say, just as a general rule, no. Now, obviously there's situations where the girl needs to be checked. Like she is testing you. She wants you to show more assertiveness. So that you will get girls wanting, like, I like you, I like your look, but you're just too nice and agreeable. So if you are an agreeable guy, if you're a nice guy, then you have to understand that girls want you to step it up or at least display a backbone sometimes. So I think that's a better answer than should you just check girls who give you attitude. Be a little bit less disagreeable. At least display moments and interactions where you are assertive and dominant and disagreeable. If you do that, you don't have to be disagreeable and all that shit the entire interaction. She needs to see that you're capable of doing it. Right?
You know, the thing also, a lot of these like red pill guys, I'm not saying that he is, I don't know, but a lot of them, when they're talking about checking girls, it sounds so incredibly fucking butthurt and emotional and like angry.
Yes.
It's never going to have a positive outcome if you're checking them in that way.
Yeah, it's
never.
That's a good point. Look, if you're watching guys on YouTube, a lot of you watch different coaches or different like podcasts and shit. Ask yourself, do these dudes hate women? Like, honestly, like I think this is a very good measurement. Do these guys seem kind of bitter and angry about women?
Yeah, like a lot of previous bad experiences that have almost created these techniques that they're teaching as almost defense mechanisms.
Yes. And are they emotional?
Yeah.
Not passionate, but are they really emotional? Do they bring on some like 18-year-old retarded girls who have no life experience?
Yeah, and they're like just yell at them and like try to school them.
It just like emotionally abuse them every single day for to me it's kind of like, yes, I may agree that they're retards, right? But first of all, I would not date them. They're not wife material. And I wouldn't have them on my fucking podcast every day. And I wouldn't want them in front of me every day. Like, it's just a weird thing. It's like therapy for them or something, right? Like, I need to bring these girls on and abuse them. But they also date these girls?
Yeah, but
it makes no sense.
They're picking the girls who is the type of girl to behave this way. They're not picking, because they're picking like the OnlyFans girls. But they're
dating them too. That's the fucked up part. They're yelling at the girl, and like these girls are whole.
So why are you dating them?
What
are you doing? Yeah, why don't you go out and find like a modest good girl and bring her on the podcast and see she's not gonna say this shit.
Listen, we all love a little wild slut. I'm not saying like, hey, there's these little dirty whores that you enjoy having fun with. We all enjoy that. But when it comes to actually spending time with particular girls or having anything meaningful that's a little bit longer term, I'm not going to be dating these girls. They're not going to be in my top 3. You know what I mean? Get a good girl. Like, you want a good girl, you complain about girls not being good girls, but you only date the worst of the worst. It makes no fucking sense. Go to Kyrgyzstan, Go to the mountains. Find yourself a very good girl.
Go to the closest goat farm.
Okay,
Pick a girl from there.
But there are some good girls who have healthy backgrounds, with a healthy family, with a strong father, masculine father, who raised this girl right, who has a great mother, who's raised her right, who's a great wife, who has a healthy lifestyle with no trauma, who doesn't have girls' night out. Like, this is like the sort of the minimal standard for me when it comes to, is this wife material, is this girlfriend material? Like, it makes sense. Why would you date OnlyFans girls in Miami? It means you're a fucking loser. That's, to me, I'm sorry. The podcast guys that are like complaining about these guys, are emotional about these guys, but they date those girls. You're a fucking loser. You are. I'm sorry. That is low value behavior coming from the guy. Because I look at these girls and I go, I'm sorry, you're just not, you can't meet the standard. You can't. This is the Swift standard that's coming out soon, by the way. We have the Swift standard. SS is coming out. We need the logo and everything. Yeah. But we have a Swift standard for you guys, and we'll explain it later.
I was gonna say, like, these girls are gonna be rare, but I would also say that the equivalent of a guy is also going to be rare.
Yes.
So, like, this all makes it sound like, oh, it's so hard to find a good girl and all this shit. Yep. But it's arguably even harder for a girl to find like a good, attractive guy who's not a fucking retard.
That's a very good point,
it's like even harder. But we're watching so much of this content on YouTube that we're getting it twisted, that we're starting to think that it's harder for guys to find these girls. Where I would actually argue that women on average just tend to be a little bit higher up than the average guy.
That is a good point. Look, if you bring yourself, you got to work on yourself to get yourself to that point where you're a 0.001% guy, right? Yeah. But hey, the amazing good girl that Alex talked about, it may not be hard. Like, if you want a 0.01% girl, well, it's harder. You gotta be that fucking guy. You gotta be above that. And to be fair, a lot of these girls, these rare good girls, most guys don't deserve them. Yeah. To be fair, they just don't. So that's why you probably can't find them. All right, next.
Love your streams. I saw you talk a lot about Eastern and Western European girls. What about Latinas that immigrated to Europe? Have you ever met one? I've never met one.
Maybe a couple Brazilian girls, but I don't. At least in Poland, there's not like a community of.
Probably in Spain, you can find a lot of them, but I haven't messed with it, to be honest.
There's not, the sample size is so small when it comes to Latinos immigrating to Europe.
Most of them cannot because of passports, right? Exactly. Good non-designer stores or brands do you recommend or has seen as good style on other guys? You dress pretty clean, but all your stuff is designer. Fuck, I mean, that is hard. That is really hard, actually. But the hardest thing is finding a good fit. Mm. But most guys can't find a good fit because they're not in good shape. So.
And you look, you don't need designer.
Yeah, the designer thing is unnecessary.
You don't need designer. Look, I have jeans. I have a lot of jeans, and I have jeans that are $300-400. The best jeans that I have right now, I have 2 pairs. They're the best that I've bought in years. They're from Pull & Bear. They cost me 40 zloty,
which is $10.
It cost me $10 each. Yeah. And I have all these expensive jeans, designer jeans that I spent thousands of dollars on. I don't wear them. The Pull & Bear is the most comfortable and the best fitting, and no one cares the designer. So you just have to go to place and try on the clothes to see what fits. But also, it's like, how much do you really need to spend on a black shirt? You go to Zara, maybe you find a perfect black shirt at Zara for fucking $10-20.
They got good fits there.
Now, for me, the best fitting shirts happen to be $80 to $150 from All Saints.
Now, they're just great. They're just great. They're just great.
I wish they were like from Pull & Bear and like they cost fucking $10. I wish. Yeah,
I bought one of every color that they had.
We probably have like $10,000 worth of just All Saints shirts, right? But you're just gonna have to find. Yeah, you just have to go around and try the clothes on and find the best fits, right?
Yeah, I mean, otherwise you're going to be best off ordering online, because I found in these retail shops it just tends to suck. But then the downside is obviously you can't try it on before it arrives. So yeah, it's tough, right? I mean, it's tough for me even. Like, it's hard for me to find like clothes that I actually think look good. I'm very picky with it, so it's fucking hard for me to find. Most shit I don't want. So if I find something, I'm probably gonna double down, triple down, quadruple down on it, and just get multiple of it, so I can wear it often.
Yep.
Yes. House to buy when it comes to game. It's pretty inconvenient. It is probably pretty inconvenient for game. We were there. We were gaming in the mall. No problem. We were actually like lifting the girls up and shit. They were fucking all into it. We set up fuck dates with the first girls we spoke to. Actually, I spoke to the first girl, set up fuck date. You spoke to the first girl, set up fuck date. We did Nightgame, because apparently you gotta pay like $800 or something to get in, and that's
at our hotel. Like
we were staying in like a really nice hotel, and there's a hotel, there's a club on top of it, but they still want $800. I'm not paying $800 to go Nightgame with like I could see the girls walking in there. It's the same quality you see on the street here in Warsaw. Like I'm paying $800.
Won't let us.
Yeah, I'm paying $800 to game the girl that I could fucking open in the grocery shop over here. No, it's retarded.
But I think in Dubai you need connections.
Yeah, like, we didn't have that, so that's true. We didn't have that for Nightgame. We had for other stuff, but not for Nightgame. So
I mean, we do have it now. But look, when you're only there for 4 days or whatever, 5 days or whatever.
Yeah.
But look, if you're gonna go to Dubai and really game, you need to know people. Yeah, because a lot of the good game is going to be at parties, events, and you need to know people to get into those events and parties.
I think we would be much better off if we went now.
Yes.
We know many more people there now. All right. Alex, I went to Estonia to see family and went out with my cousin and his mate. I have the worst AA, but they had 0 AA when brought approaching, asked them to approach. They did one approach where they went up to 2 really hot girls, open strong, 10 seconds, picked them up physically and start running with them. Yeah, I thought they get slapped, but the girls are fucking love it, and we're looking for them after to get their numbers. I don't know how they don't know game, but have crazy confidence. So great. So this is the thing. If you are the type of guy who is sitting and watching YouTube videos and not approaching, you might know game, but you might suck 10 times more than the average guy who is just confident. That's what it is. Right, so that's why you can't be a theory junkie either. Apparently, we've done it before like 10 times for fun, and each got really good reactions. Is this normal? Yes, this is normal.
Yes,
this is normal. That's what we're telling you guys to open strong. Now, we're not telling you guys to run up and pick the girls up. We're not telling you to do that, but we're telling you to open strong, be ridiculously confident, assertive. Yeah, it fucking works.
But I think guys, the one thing that guys don't understand is, let's say it's on a spectrum. Okay, you have the confidence of these guys who don't give a fuck. They go in, and it's a normal, like you said, normal. It's normal for them to go in. Hey, what up? Blah, 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 pick the girl up.
Yeah.
Now, there's that, and then there's too afraid to even walk out of your house, okay, or to even look at a girl. Guys think they could go from 0 to 5, and they go, this is not working for me because I am approaching this on the 5 level of confidence. This middle ground actually is a little bit creepy sometimes.
Yeah, the middle ground doesn't work.
The middle ground doesn't work. If you're hesitant, it doesn't work. The fact that it works for them because they're going all out on a 9 and 10 level. So you need to be able to push it, and for the girl to look at the guy, look at you, and decide whether it's creepy or not. If it's absolutely confident, normal, they'll go, okay, he's confident. This is a normal thing. They accept it. But if you're unsure, you're uncertain,
or they can see that you're trying to read reaction.
Yeah,
that
is when you get a bad reaction.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go in, you go in. Yeah. If you can't go in full all out, don't go in. Go in.
Simple.
It's really just a confidence thing.
how did you improve your inner game and some tips to improve inner game? For me, the approach is external results lead to better inner game. That's what I think, because maybe some guys, they can mind fuck themselves into believing certain things. I cannot. I'm only gonna, you know, base my confidence or and those type of things on things that I know or things that actually happened. I cannot be delusional about it. It just doesn't work for me. So for me, it gets better by external results. That's how it's always been.
And well, actually, I would say guys try to lie to themselves and say that they could just sit at home, meditate, and improve their inner game to the point where they're getting results and they're happy and they're confident. Guys, you could have the right mindsets. You could figure out, okay, what's a good mentality? What are some good mindsets to have? Okay, these work, these are good. But you're only going to get so good. Your confidence level is only going to get to a certain point. You're only going to be so natural as the results and the experiences that you have. It's that fucking simple. So yes, it's good to have the right mindsets and mentality, but you have to go out. You need to accomplish things. You need to work hard. You need to gain lots of experiences, and you need to get results to use that as evidence to build your true inner game, your true confidence.
And this, like, guys think they have inner game issues, but it's rare to see someone with amazing outer game but shitty inner game. Most of the time, it's just like you have shit technique, like your outer game sucks. It's very rare for it to be like, you know, like this guy actually has inner game problems. It's very rare. Most of the time, it's just shitty outer game. Yeah. But inner game is easier to sell as a coach because it's not as tangible. It's not as tangible. That's why a lot of guys use that as a marketing angle, like the inner game. They will be like, hey, you know, there's something seriously wrong with you. You have this trauma. As long as you have this trauma, I'm the only one who can solve it, by the way. You got to keep paying me. But then they will create new things for you. Oh, no, I have this problem. No, I have this problem, this problem. Zero pussy, by the way. That's the problem. That's the problem. But honestly, most of your inner game problems will probably just disappear if you got more pussy. Saying. In Daygame, how do you introduce DHVs at the beginning of the conversation without seeming like it's coming out of nowhere? Baiting it. Get her to ask you a question that allows you to say it.
Yep, and also, look, if you're charismatic and charming, if you're a smooth talker, you know how to talk to people, you can actually have DHVs that come out of nowhere. It's that simple. If you're a little bit autistic and a little bit hesitant and weird, you're lacking confidence, you don't have any charisma, your tonality is horrible, and then you just throw out DHVs, then it's fucking weird. Yeah. But if I'm talking to a girl and I'm like, oh shit, you're from Italy, that is amazing. That's so cool, because I was just there visiting my supermodel girlfriend. She was in this music video with a so and so. Fashion Week, you can imagine she's like a really big celebrity there. But anyway, now she's not necessarily going, okay, that came out of nowhere. Like, why would he say that? No, it's part of the flow of the interaction, and it's kind of fun. I have some charisma, and I know how to speak to her. Like,
and you weren't looking for her reaction, like, how do you like that? Are you impressed?
Yes.
That's the thing. Guys will linger after their DHV to see how the girl is reacting, and that's where it goes to shit.
Yes.
The best thing you can do is say the DHV, don't look for the reaction.
Right.
Say the DHV, don't look for the reaction, change topic, or simply just even look away. Oh, DHV, boom. Because you don't want to make it look like you are looking for the reaction, because then they think you're trying to impress them.
Exactly.
So that's important. Your mindset around sex, like we have one mindset. You guys always give great experiences. Does that ever get to you in terms of pressure, or is it just all fun? No, like I wouldn't say so. I've never felt pressure around sex. Even from the day I started, I just never felt pressure with it.
Well, I have. I have felt the pressure. First of all, I probably felt more pressured because I promised a lot more. Like, I will promise the world when it comes to sex. Like, I will promise things that can't possibly ever happen in a million lifetimes, you know. So whenever if you're super confident and you just promise crazy things, okay, like bah, 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 bah. Yes, I mean there's going to be a little bit more pressure, but I think it's very easy for pressure to get to you. Mindset around sex, you always give greater. I mean, it really comes down to like competence and experience, right? Like, look, the more competent you are, the more skills you have in bed, the more experiences you have. You know what's coming next or what could happen, right? You've seen it all. The pressure goes away. You know what I mean? If this is your third sexual experience, most guys are going to feel pressure. That's just the way it is. You need to build up your experiences, try new things, and also develop your fucking skills and your competence. The pressure will go away, but it may not always completely go away, but for the most part, it will go away.
I actually remember this very vividly. It was almost like while pulling, I was like so horny that pressure couldn't exist at the same time. Just like overpowered, and like there was nothing neurotic or nothing. It was just like I was just fucking horny, like nothing, no bullshit, no thoughts. That's why I didn't feel any pressure. But if I wasn't horny, I would probably feel it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it wouldn't even enter my mind. I'm like, am I supposed to feel pressure?
Pussy's here. Give me pussy. Yeah.
It's like there's a pizza on the table. I'm like, fuck, I don't know if I can eat this. Like it doesn't. That's how I see it. It's like a pizza, right?
Yeah. But hey, look, if you don't have a whole lot of experience and everything, and a lot of confidence around sex, you just need to take the pressure off and not have any expectations whatsoever in all of these experiences, and just think about it in terms of gaining experience. That's all. Like, hey, I'm gonna learn, and these experiences, maybe it's not the greatest sexual experience. That's fine. Like, yo, you're going to be shit for the most part. You're probably gonna be shit. Okay, you're not gonna be Marcus Wolf until the product comes out.
Yeah, then you probably be like a miniature version of him.
Yeah. So hey, take the pressure off. Have fun. Learn. Be kind of shitty in bed a little bit. And you'll get better.
Accept it, because it's necessary. Like you have to suck. You have to suck.
Exactly. Like you're not
like don't even feel bad about it. Like you have to suck when you start. Don't feel bad about it. I mean, that was also like such a logical thing. I'm like, okay, I'm new to this. I should not feel bad for sucking.
Yeah.
Literally. Maybe that's also why I didn't feel any pressure. Because well, I'm so new to this. I'm not expecting to be good.
Right.
Like I'm expecting to suck. It was the same thing when I started gaming, because I'm like, okay, well, I'm shit at talking with them, so I'm expecting to suck. Okay, so there's no pressure. I'm already expecting to suck.
Yeah, I mean, so, you suck. You never approached.
Yeah. So I'm not expecting for it to go well. I'm not worried about it going well, because in my head there's no possibility of it going well. So okay, it's just fail. Okay, cool.
In a way, that takes off all of the fucking pressure.
That's what it did for me.
Yes.
In like a weird, like backwards way. That's how it worked.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. All right. Say if you match with a girl on Tinder around 1:30 a.m. on the night, how would you open her? What are you doing right now? You need to figure that out as quickly as possible. What are you doing right now? Because you need to know, like, is she alone in bed? Is she at the club with her friends, but she's about to leave? Like, what's happening? What's the situation? What are her logistics? That's how you start. And then you would use that to transition into a sexual DHV. And then you try to get her over.
Yeah, I'm thinking, look, if a girl is swiping right, matches with me, she's active on the app at 1 a.m. If she's not somewhere else and she's at home,
she's laying in home with like a vibrator, like jerking off.
Literally,
girls do that. Like
the girls do that, and I literally picture them going, "Fuck, do I want to use this vibrator? It's like shameful. I got to use this vibrator." They get on Tinder and they go, I'm not that kind of girl, maybe, but I'm open. Like if a guy writes me, hey, what are you doing right now? All right, come over here. I'm going to give you the 10 orgasms that you're trying to have right now with your vibrator. Girls are going to be like, that sounds a lot more intriguing than fucking laying here in bed in the dark, like using my vibrator.
Yo, what's up, Alex? Yo, what's up? How do you deal with a girl who doesn't respond properly to you? Do you try more or reject her? Well, I mean, first of all, she's rejecting you, right? I mean, if she's not responding properly to you, which in my head sounds like she's not giving you compliance. Well, don't try to fucking flip this in your head, because to get one thing straight, she is rejecting you because something you're not doing well. So first of all, don't say that you're rejecting her when she's the one rejecting you, because that's not helpful. You're not going to learn or improve from that. So don't lie to yourself, first of all. But if she is not responding properly, the first thing you have to do is you need to identify why. What is lacking here? Value, objections, like what's happening? Why? You need to think a bit. Why is this not working?
Is he Indian?
And I can tell there was actually, like, I have to say, like, I think this is obvious, actually. Like, if she's not responding well properly, there could be multiple reasons why. So the first step would have to be, you need to figure out why.
Mm-hmm.
So even when asking this question, you need to provide like more context. Like, it should be obvious that more context is required here, because there could be hundreds of reasons why she's not responding well, properly, whatever that means.
But I think it's safe to say, look, if you're a boring motherfucker, is he Indian?
Yeah, of course.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Noel, please tell us if you're Indian or not, because that's an Indian question.
Yeah, especially when you said reject her. Yeah.
Yes, Indians do that. That's an ego preservation sort of thing.
Yeah. It's the same. Whoa, holy shit! You asked the same question. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're super boring in the interaction, or you just don't have value in attraction. That's like literally what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So what is the logical?
Which one is it?
Like logical sort of. Yeah. Well, you need to display more value. You need to build more sexual attraction.
Spike more emotions.
You need to
fucking
be less fucking boring and monotone and logical. Spike some emotions. Be a little bit charismatic. Have a little bit of fun. It's simple.
A lot of girls are positive in the start, but the interest starts to decrease after some time. What might be the reason for it? So the first thing I'm thinking is, one, either you're very good looking, or two, you're good at opening. So they perceive your opener to be very confident. But then after that, you're not following it up. Like, you're not moving it forward, or you're, like he said, like being boring. Pretty much.
Because even if you like, you're not like really DHVing, you're not building sexual value.
Yeah.
If you are interesting, okay, it could be even in the most platonic fucking way, okay, to be fair. If you are interesting, you're not going to identify this decrease in interest.
Yeah.
It's that simple. So you need to be more interesting, okay? Like, you can't be monotone and go, hello, here is my routine structure, and I will do this for 20 minutes straight, and I will talk over you to get my routine out. What the fuck is that?
I don't know, some guy with mental issues or something. He was saying something. What the hell? Some guy's got mental issues, man. I'm gonna block you.
That's interesting.
Bye. All right.
Yeah. Fuck with that.
Hey, Alex. My absolute motherfucking homie. Yo, what's up? Quick question. I've been gaming a lot, and I kept adding 8s and 9s to the rotation. Fuck yeah, that's great. But now I have new 9s and 10s. So how should I get rid of sacked 8s? Would you just ghost them? Do you have to get rid or sack them?
What's up with these questions? Why do guys ask that question? It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't.
What do you just spend time with your 9s and 10s? What do you need to write a resignation letter for your 8s? They're not your girlfriend. You see them sometimes. You fuck them sometimes, right? I'm assuming. Are they living with you? Do you have kids with them? Is there a contract where you have to, like, all right, here are 8. I have some 9s and 10s. So here's my retirement or resignation. You're fired. You have to write a piece of paper. I don't understand this.
Yeah.
I mean, what I would do is just like spend time with my 9s and 10s. The 8s would be blowing up my phone like, hey, what happened to you? Where are you? And I'd be like, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Like I'm busy. I'm, you know, I don't know. I'm doing other things. You don't need a formal letter to all your casual encounters. Okay. Which is kind of weird. Actually, that would be funny to do.
For someone who has much more success with Ukrainians or Russians, but struggle with Swedish Americans archetype, what are the weaknesses in their game they need to focus on? So I would say the thing is with Ukrainian and Russian girls, you can get away with being pretty fucking boring, pretty like monotone, and not very expressive. This does not work with American girls. You need to be on point in those aspects. Also with Swedish girls. So I would say that is one of the biggest things. Would you add anything to that?
Yes. I would say if you are not the most charismatic person, if you don't have a shit ton of personality, let's say, and that's going to hurt you with American girls and Swedish girls and a lot of other girls, right? But you can easily become more assertive, or you are more assertive and you're a little bit more serious, but it's easier for you to display sort of leadership qualities. All right, hey, where are you from? What are you doing? We're going to do this. We're going to grab coffee. Let's go. Come. Hey, be a good girl. Let's go. He's asking. Oh, he struggles with American girls. Okay, I see.
Yeah, like the other way around.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck.
That's more rare.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, then you're gonna have to flip that. But like, why do you have more success? It's probably exactly what I explained. Is you can be more assertive, more decisive, but you're a little bit more boring. But the Ukrainian and Russian girls, if you're giggly and smiley,
they think you're gay.
They think you're gay. Like it's that simple. They're like, "What's wrong with you? Are you a woman?" Now with the American girls, it's kind of like you're boring, and what's wrong with you? Are you autistic? Right? So you're going to. I would use what works with the Ukrainian girls, right? Because that is going to be beneficial to display with American girls.
Yeah.
But now you just need to show a little bit more
personality, charisma, more emotions.
More emotions.
Be a little bit more fun.
Right.
The way to put it, actually.
Practically focus on your tonality. Okay. Yeah. I look. You could maybe look at it as a performance. You're an actor. Be a little bit more performative. For example, like if you were on a live stream talking in front of a bunch of people, okay, or giving a speech, and you don't want your viewership to drop to zero. Well, what's one way of dropping? It's monotone, boring, slow. Now, we understand to keep your attention, we have to throw in some value. We have to throw in some funny jokes, some entertainment value once in a while. We don't have to be comedians and stand-up comedians and come up here and be a clown for 2 hours. But we understand that we have to show a little bit of entertainment value. We have to keep the pace up a little bit. We have to bring a little bit more charisma and energy so you guys fucking listen to this shit, right? So you have to think about it in terms of like, how do you keep people's attention? You guys want fucking value, right? Like you guys want to learn how to do these things. So we have to give you value.
But you don't want to be bored either.
You don't want to be boring and only go, here is the value and this is how you do it. You need entertainment value. You have to keep the pace up. You have to keep the energy up. You need charisma. You need to sound interesting so you're not falling asleep.
It's so similar to being a cult leader.
Yes. I mean, that is essentially, well, I shouldn't say that actually. Never mind.
All right.
Never
mind. Will we see a Daygame Infield with you two winging each other? 99% not. Like you can come watch it in real life, but we're not going to post Infield on YouTube. It's not happening.
Not on YouTube.
I'm done with that. I'm absolutely done with that. No. Maybe Mastermind later. Maybe Rumble at some point, but not YouTube. That's just stupid.
I think Mastermind will have a lot of Infield of us winging together, and maybe just audio, maybe easier. No cameraman. Turn the audio on. We do a lot of winging. We'll have a winging series. Infield, David and Alex.
Yeah.
High-SMV game. So this is for only the high-SMV guys. All right. This is for the black pill guys.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So only a high-SMV guy's allowed to look at this infield. But we're gonna have so much amazing winging infield in the mastermind. I'm already planning on it, but not on YouTube.
Us winging each other, it's pretty simple. If you want it like condensed in like a nutshell, it's like, hey, this is my friend David. He wrote a guide on how to give women for the orgasms. Hey, this is my friend Alex. He's going to choke you and fuck the shit out of you. That's how we're like, almost how we introduce each other. Like, hey, you gotta meet my friend. He wrote this guide on how to give women 30 orgasms. One of the coolest guys I've ever met. Hi, nice to meet you. Oh no, you told her about the orgasm guide. Oh shit, Alex, why do you always tell them about it? Oh, I know, I'm sorry.
And we have a good energy. We're flowing. It's like flowing. So we learn how to flow with each other. We know what we're going to say. Like I know what Alex is about to say. You know what I am about to say.
Yeah.
So we can go back and forth. And the crazy part is, guys, you guys don't understand. And you guys never experienced this. There's no infield. There's no pickup coaches. You have no wings. They don't exist. You've never. Us winging together and gaming together is like going back and listen and having Mozart and Beethoven come together and create.
If they time travel together,
you guys don't even understand how on point and instinctive and natural when we're gaming together. It's boom, boom, boom. It's like we're reading each other's minds at all times, and it flows.
We know the next move, like 3 steps ahead. I know 3 steps ahead what he's gonna do,
and we're quick, and it's. Like he identifies an objection coming, he lays up this objection for me to handle it, and then he plays good cop back. There is a magic.
Yeah, we do that a lot, like the good cop bad cop.
Yes.
We do it all the time. Hey, fuck, should we take them home? Like I don't know. What do you think? I don't know.
Look, we are. Look, is boys' night out?
Yeah.
Alex, I told you we can't bring these girls home. I don't give a fuck. Yes, why would you promise them 30 orgasms and the greatest experience? Don't promise girls this shit, okay? Because they won't leave us alone and they'll want to come home with us at the end of the night. And this is fucking ridiculous, okay? Yeah. Okay, fine, Alex. All right, just pick 2 girls. Which girl? These girls, you like these girls? All right, fine. But hey, you better fucking behave when we get back, okay? And look, we have to go to bed kind of early, all right? So you could spend the night and cuddle with Alex. We could we'll send you home with a taxi and Uber, whatever you want. Okay, come on, whatever. You always do this, Alex. Giving girls 30 orgasms at the end of the night. Fuck.
It's honestly too easy. That's the way. It is too easy. It is just
it's so easy. We have to go solo. We just have to move away and be like, all right, can we just not wing together for a little bit?
Like it's always. Like pretty much every time, it's we go into a set, we get them agreed to being pulled, but we want to keep gaming. Yeah, so we're like we get them to. They're like, okay, we're down to be pulled. Okay, next.
But the crazy part is, we have followers that will come up and go, hey, by the way, guys, you have these girls and these girls and these girls staring at you the whole time. You're like, yes, I know. We already know that.
We already set up. We already know who's.
But those girls see other girls trying to approach or getting close or approaching us. So now you have like these girls over here that are watching. Like, fuck, what do we do? Other girls are creating strategies on how to get rid of the potential other girls.
Last night we were out, and you and the student stepped away from me for like 5 seconds. I could literally see like 8 girls strategizing how to approach me. Like different, like
you had one girl that came up who was trying to get your attention, who was like gliding her hand over your arm.
Yeah,
and the girls will come up, and all of a sudden, she's like,
like elbow me.
They're just not paying attention, but she's like laying against.
Yeah.
They find all kinds of very cute and interesting ways to get attention. But whenever you have like really good social proof and pre-selection, it really motivates women to put forth a lot more effort in pulling you.
Yeah.
And when that happens, what is an objection in LMR? Like it doesn't exist. It's not a real thing.
That is ridiculous. How did you gain inner peace / confidence? That stability, a strong frame of mind.
Well, I think the best. What guys don't understand is women is a component, but women they're not going to bring inner peace. and a strong frame of mind. Just the mere fact of you running routines and fucking 100 girls, that is not going to bring the inner peace and confidence that you think it will bring. And we all go through that where we think that's all we need is no more scarcity. We have the girls that we want and they enjoy us or whatever, and we fuck. You'll learn that is not what brings the ultimate inner peace and confidence, okay? It's the journey before all the results with the girls, right? It's building yourself up as a man. That means experiences, all kinds of different experiences. It means competence in a lot of areas outside of women. Competence, skill sets, building skills, accomplishing lots of goals, short-term goals, long-term goals, goals that maybe are kind of meaningless, goals that are very important to you, increasing your SMV, standing up for yourself, right? Being honest. So don't be afraid to speak your mind and say, I want this, I want that, I don't like this. There's a level of peace, I think, that comes from being able to just speak your mind and saying, yo, fuck this shit, I don't like this. Don't do this, or I like this. There's a level of honesty that you can only get to. You can only reach if you understand the value that you have and you respect yourself and you have integrity. So I think all of that shit is outside of the actual lays. The thing is, if you have that, you realize the girls really do start to flood in a lot more. Now you can learn the game sets, the skill sets, and all these things. You'll get girls and all this stuff. But the next level to that is whenever you've reached your own inner peace and confidence, and you realize, I'm not just displaying value. I am value. I am the
living like manifestation of all of these things that I've been working on, which is actually what it feels like. So now it's gotten to the point where I go into interaction and my strategy is just be yourself, because it's gotten to that point where my personality is a manifestation of all the game and principles. It's just my mindset is literally go and be yourself. That's it, like nothing else. Because if I start thinking about more things, then I might start overdoing something. But if I go in and just be yourself, it's perfect. It is absolutely perfect.
But that is sort of like I see it as like reaching game
but
and enlightenment.
Exactly, that's what it is. That's what it is. Because it didn't start that way. It didn't start that way. But after a while, it gets to that point where your entire personality has just been molded and completely shape-shifted into all of these things you've been practicing. And you can put away all the training wheels and you're just...
A lot of guys will describe that as becoming a natural, let's say. It's kind of like becoming a natural in a way. But you can't be a natural. You can't become a natural and be just shit. Like you can't be RC Max and just say you're a natural because you did a million approaches, right? Like the approaches and the results that you get, it has to be real. Like, it has to be actual meaningful stuff. And you actually have to learn your lessons and develop real skills. That's the one thing guys are just too lazy. And they're information junkies, and they're mindset junkies, and they sit here reading things and buying products, and you need to literally actually develop skills. Okay, there's no, because I went through the stages where I thought I could find a way around shortcuts. You need to improve yourself in all aspects of fucking life, and you need to work on it all day, every single day. And it may be very daunting, and it may feel like you'll never reach there, but guess what? You get to age 36, it clicks. You're happy you're 36 or 40 or even 45 or 50, and you've reached that particular point. You're not going to shortcut your way through it, because you'll just struggle and be unhappy for the rest of your life.
The thing is, look, you're gonna live to be whatever age anyway. You're going to be 36, regardless if you learn these skills or not. Time is going to pass, regardless of what you do. So you might as well take the time to actually, put in the work. So you don't waste those years. Then you're fucked. Don't waste time. Like, that's the biggest thing. Don't waste time.
And look, when you are value, okay? When you have all the experiences, when you built all the skill sets and built up true value, you don't need to seek validation and acceptance from outside. I think that's the most important thing. You don't need women's validation or attention. You don't need other people's. Okay, that's kind of like the peace of mind. You come to the point where you see your own evidence of the value that you have, right? And now you don't need to look for it anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. Stop looking for validation, let's say, from women and from outside sources, right? I'm not saying don't get a mentor and like look up to someone in that way. I'm not saying that. I think that's also important. It's like having a father figure almost. A lot of guys don't have that, don't have someone to look up to. But at some point, you have to kind of break away from that.
Yeah, you gotta start. You gotta start learning how to think for yourself. Right, it's very important. This is a mindset that I've had for a very long time, even before starting game. I realized I don't know how I came to this. Maybe I read somewhere, or maybe it just clicked for me. But you have to become your own highest authority. That was like something that I understood 7 years ago. It's very, very, very powerful.
But you did it through, I'm going to go into the field.
Yeah.
I'm going to experience life and have different experiences.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask all the questions. You asked all the fuck. That's the difference between us and a lot of other guys. I ask students sometimes, all right, who, what, when, where, blah, blah, blah. And it's like they don't want to, they don't ask these questions to themselves, and they don't know how to answer them. It's like, do you not think about this shit? Like, why did you succeed? And why did the girl do this? Why did you get this reaction? Why did she feel this way? You're not curious about this. So you need to, I think, building up your own experiences, and you become your own fucking authority that you answer to, right?
Yeah, totally. Did you write field reports? Yes, absolutely. I especially for the first year and a half, I wrote every day. I still have them on my Google Drive. After that, I stopped doing it, not so much, but I will still always debrief and analyze everything, always. It's just like after writing them for such a long time, I didn't really have to go through the process of writing to be able to analyze it. So that's what I did. Then also I was filling in spreadsheets and all of these things. But thinking about these things just became like second nature. So I never felt the need to write them down after. But I did that for a very long time, and I wrote long ones, very long ones. I'm not gonna talk about that anymore. Wow, don't recognize David. LOL. Yeah,
bro. I mean, it's go to the mountains of Kyrgyzstan and China as well, and live in the mountains. Drink fermented horse milk. Hike, fuck in the mountains. Get some goddamn sun, some fresh air, bro. I'm telling you guys, it resets everything. You feel better. It recharges you. Yeah, I mean, I think it's having a week or two like that each year. I think is very important. Like totally. It's unbelievable how
we should start planning that.
Well, I 100%. This is not part of my life routine. I've already decided.
Yeah.
At least once a year. Yeah. It'll probably be once every like 3 months, but at least once a year, I'm doing 1 to 2 weeks, literally in the mountains.
I think it's very healthy.
It's incredibly healthy.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. You could come with me.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
You would have it, bro.
Yeah, I know I would love it. Absolutely.
Look, there's no game anywhere in the mountains, but
yeah, but thank God. Thank God, it's like a break.
I think you'll see. You'll like it.
Is oh shit, who the fuck are you? An opener that can work well in Daygame. Well, it depends on how it's done. If it's delivered well, sure. Simple as that.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
What's up, David and Alex? Wow, David, good shit. Alex, new hairstyle. Fucks. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, I didn't get to meet up with him in New York. That's what we were going to, but it was like my last night or some shit. Very sad. Next time.
He had a.
Maybe he had something more important, threesome or something.
No, he had a threesome going with these fucking 2 hot Ukrainian models.
That's why.
It's like it's hard to kind of pull he's a machine. Guys, if you don't know Alejandro from the Mastermind, guys, if you're not in the Mastermind, I don't know. Like you're fucking like honestly, you're
like
fucking
why
idiot.
are you even here? Like I actually don't understand.
If you can't afford the $69 a month, you could literally find $69 on the street if you go for a walk and get your steps in. It's ridiculous that people aren't in. I think it's stupid.
I don't even understand why. If you're not interested in that, why are you watching this stream? It actually doesn't make sense.
Because I know what it is, to be honest.
What would you say?
This is easy compliance. And if they didn't pay for it, they're not in the community, they don't have to commit to actually improving and doing the work. This is easy shit. You can just click the button and go, well, no one sees I'm in here. I'm not committing to anything. I could just listen. This is like it's mental masturbation at this point. Or you get into the Mastermind, you have to do the work.
Yeah.
You have to improve. You have to improve yourself, improve your game. Yeah. You have to fuck pussy, actually. You have to go on dates. All right.
It's too much work.
Like you actually have to do something. So
yeah. That's probably why.
No, that is why. Yeah, like these guys are afraid to actually join the Mastermind. Like they're actually afraid. Like I mean, are you?
It's like a success barrier.
It is a success.
It's a self-sabotage and success barrier.
No, it really is. It's like, what kind of man are you if you can't even join the Mastermind? You're going through life afraid to take action and to actually learn and to actually hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
And improve and become a man and join the UMP Mastermind. But not everyone can join the Mastermind and actually put the work in and handle the success that it will come to you.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it takes mental strength. Is there anyone else in this community you guys respect regards game? I wouldn't say so. I mean, if I have to sit here and think about it, then no.
Well, I think they're probably talking about like coaches. But you have to understand. You have to understand that you have to understand that when I first joined the community, I was already very good. Like I learned this stuff on my own before I knew a community of guys that coach existed. I had no idea that this was a real thing, But I met a lot of these guys, and I thought, you coach, you teach what? You coach what? They're like, yeah, I'm a coach. I teach guys. I go, you are a fucking nerd. Like you're a dork. You're a dork. You're a low-T dork. I'm watching you interact with women. You have no clue what the fuck you're doing. The girls don't respect you. It's unbelievable. I didn't understand this. I thought I was being trolled the first 3 months when guys would tell me they're coaches. So you have to understand that if you leave this community, you get your mind out of this bullshit with all these retarded fucking low-T coaches. There are guys that are actually pretty high T and pretty good with women, right? Like they don't know anything about the community. This attracts nerds and marketers trying to take money from dudes who are low T, trying to learn game and trying,
No.
So no, a lot of these guys are fucking retards and they don't know what they're doing. And when we meet them, you have to understand the hierarchy between us and all these other coaches. When they're in front of us, there's no authority framing with these guys. Pick any coach that you know that you look up to. They're sitting in front of us. The hierarchy is they're below us. They ask questions. What do you think about this? How can I get better? They're asking about their sticking points. They want coaching. The authority frame is not there. Okay. They're like small children trying to get better because they know they suck and that we're this sounds narcissistic.
But it's true. But the thing is,
I don't mean to sound like it sounds bad. It sounds a little bit narcissistic, but this is the reality of these.
It is what it is. And honestly, I wish it wasn't that way because then I would take coaching from them. I would take coaching from them if they were better. Like it's that simple. But also, I would say this. I mean, obviously, like they would never admit this because they would lose their income. I mean, it's that simple. That's why you will never hear them say this. But yeah, it's just funny. It's just really funny. But fuck, I wish we could actually find guys who are much better than us so we could pay them.
Yes.
Like that would be a blessing. I'd be like, fuck, they could save me 20 years.
Look,
literally.
If there are guys in game that when it comes to women, okay.
Yeah.
If there were guys that I thought were that had great wisdom and experience and skills that were above mine or Alex's or Mark's, I would openly talk about getting coaching from them.
Yeah. I would give them all of my money.
Well, I don't.
I will give them literally all my money.
I wouldn't give them all. I would give them a little bit.
I will give them probably. Okay.
You would.
All right.
You would.
Okay, 85% because I still gotta eat.
Yes.
Maybe like that's not even that's maybe up for debate. But
the thing is, I'm a little bit cheaper, so
I would go all out.
I would be an Indian. I would be an Indian guy. Like
I would go all out.
Hello. Dude, that's expensive. How about $10 an hour? No, just good.
I would go all out because the ROI is insane.
Yes.
The ROI is insane.
Yes,
So I would literally spend all my money.
Yes.
I wouldn't care about anything. I would just spend all my money on it.
No. I know.
Yeah, you know I would.
Yes,
Yeah.
you would absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. That's just me. How to make? Wait, actually. All right. I got a message here now. Okay. What do you think? We told this girl here. She's called. This is a cold IG DM slide. I told her, tell me about yourself. What are the 3 most important things to know about you? She said, so
my dimples.
Yeah, this like girls never know what to say. Like their texting is so bad.
Game is bad.
My dimples on my cheeks are very mysterious. Like what the fuck?
I think
there has to be like a language barrier.
Yeah,
or something.
I think she's saying that
they are attractive or something.
No, I think she's saying she's like playful, mysterious. Her personality. I think it's a personality.
Okay. Dimples on my cheeks. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. It could be. Like no one knows. No one knows what the fuck she say.
I don't know. She thought it was a DHV. Yeah. So
I think a lot and laugh a lot. Your turn. I tell her 1, I'm very dominant. 2, I think even more than you. Because she said I think a lot. I'm like I think even more than you. Ukrainians like this, by the way. 3, and I can make you laugh more than any man you've ever met before. This is very interesting. What are you thinking about?
Yeah, I mean, this is. Look, I think this is simple and straight to the point. By the way, the slight narcissism is very effective with a lot of girls, and especially
former Soviet Union.
Former Soviet Union women.
Yeah,
you can get away with more narcissism and misogyny.
Yeah,
it's very interesting, but it's an attraction trigger. So.
Hey, don't hate us. We didn't write the rules. Just what it is. Get something to drink. Yeah, magic happening here.
Oh, I've got something there.
Oh
yeah. So I wrote, I've got something very particular in mind for you. I think we really don't need to sexualize or anything like that.
We don't. It's just we have the dominance. We got the sexual value already. Like this is all you need with Ukrainian, by the way.
This is plenty of compliance to get her to come over.
Yeah.
And you could do your work. Game here.
Yeah. Then there's essentially a matter of
you just don't want to overdo it.
Exactly. It's a matter of sitting down, building sexual tension, and then going for it.
Yes.
It's that simple.
Easy.
Yeah. She was really hot.
Yes.
I love the Ukrainians here. Like they're literally like the hottest girls in the world.
Bro.
It's fucking crazy.
I was in Kiev for 3 months.
Yeah.
I left right before the invasion. The soldiers built up, the armies built up around Ukraine. My dad is former military. He got called up. And he told me, hey, there's about to be a war. They're going to invade on this day. I'm like, who the fuck? He has special clearance, I left. I was not going to leave. I'm glad I fucking left. But bro, the women in Kiev it's unlike any other fucking place I've ever been to. The women are so fucking hot, feminine. And it's the one place in the world where they actually put in their bio, I hate feminism. I am a feminine woman. I need a masculine man. They literally put that in their bios in Tinder.
I love it.
So, but guess what? Hey, if you're in Warsaw, you get the girls here in Warsaw.
Yeah.
So you get the Polish girls and you get the Ukrainian girls. Don't come here. It's not good at all. Don't come to Warsaw.
Don't come here no matter what you do.
Do not. Please don't. Go to Budapest. Try out Budapest or something.
Yeah, go to Prague or some shit. How to make them drive 40-50 minutes to see you? Most of my dates, I have to travel them if they live far and I couldn't close. Yeah.
So
value.
You need value, and if she's gonna come over, you're gonna need amazing sexual value to convince her. No girl's gonna just come over here because you were kind of cute. You have cute photos or something.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like she's going to need like, okay, there's something.
Unless she's ridiculously desperate.
Yes.
But I don't think most girls are not. Even like unattractive girls, they don't have to be desperate because they have a lot of options.
Right.
So yeah,
look, if the girl thinks I drive 50 minutes, but I get to also stay the night at your place, that's going to be a factor. If a girl has to drive an hour and she is not sure whether or not the date's going to last 30 minutes or you're going to last 30 minutes, and she's going, you're going to kick her out. I think it's very important to let her know that, hey, you travel an hour, but you could spend the night if you want to give her that option, because that may be an objection, right?
Alejandro just sent me a screenshot of subscribing to the Mastermind.
Ah, so he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
No, I mean, I didn't know he left for a moment. Like, okay, I lost a little bit of sort of
attraction,
masculine respect for Alejandro. Because I looked up to Alejandro in the Mastermind, and so did all the other members. Like he was becoming sort of a mentor, like a father figure to a lot of guys, right? He was building up this authority, and people were looking up to him. And the pressure, I wonder if the pressure of that responsibility really gets to you as a man, and you run away from the Mastermind.
I think so too. It's the pressure of having all that responsibility, but also the pressure of getting so many legs and having such massive fucking arms. Have you seen this guy? By the way? It's a lot of pressure for one man to carry.
One man, there's a lot on his shoulders.
It's not easy, man.
But look, we had to kind of from the beginning. We had to learn how to really take on that responsibility of thousands of men, and it's responsibility.
It is a responsibility.
It is
it is.
But
because
guys are
because guys are gonna do shit we tell them.
Yes.
So we gotta make sure it's on point.
But if you have 4 wives or a rotation of women that look up to you and that require your leadership as a man, imagine if the pressure of that got to you. This is not good, and you would lose attraction and respect from women, and you would be very unhappy as a man. So you need to take responsibility for all of this and actually join the Mastermind and work on yourself.
I have to say, there's a massive overlap between managing Mastermind members and managing rotation. There's a massive overlap. Guys,
women is easier. Women is easier.
Yes, that is easier.
Much easier.
Yeah, like getting a massive rotation. Okay, it's like intermediate. But like managing a Mastermind with guys blowing you up, and like giving attention to all of them, that's advanced.
But it's like, well, hold on, what? It's like, what? Why did you leave the Mastermind? And you're like, you're getting results, you're doing really well, then something happens, and it's like, I had to leave the Mastermind, or this. It's like sometimes guys don't make sense.
They got a girlfriend because they killed it. They got
one night or something. But women, at least, there's patterns, and they're easy to recognize the pattern.
Guys are more unpredictable.
They're a lot more unpredictable.
Yeah.
And hard-headed, and the ego gets in the way. It's like, well, I think one thing, we can't use sexual value with guys, so that's a problem.
Maybe
we can't give guys a 30 orgasms, So I think the sexual value is a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, our sexual value is like, hey, we can help you pull.
Yes,
but
the problem is, that is responsibility. Yeah, it's like putting yourself in these positions. Yeah, taking on the pressure, because we can't take responsibility.
Yeah, and also we can't put their dick in.
Yes,
that's where it
do all of that for you. You have to step up.
Yeah, if we were gonna do that, you probably have to sign a lot of contracts. I'm guessing a lot of legal documents. Anyway, are there ways you can open indirectly if you're wheeling around the front of the girl in Daygame? We actually already talked about this. It's open for me. Like, I don't understand this. Do you understand?
Are there ways you can open indirectly if you're wheeling around? What do you mean? Is there ways? Yeah, well, first of all, you get in front of the girl and you open indirectly. I don't. Okay, this is Umar. All right, Umar, stop overthinking. I know I've told you this over the past 3 years to stop overthinking. Stop overthinking, bro. Get in front of the girl. That means you move your legs. Open indirectly. There's no rocket science here. Yeah. You know what indirect opens are. You know what moving your legs and getting in front of the girl. You know what good position is. You know what squaring up. Square up, get in front, open indirectly. You don't have to overthink it, okay?
Listen, like really, all you need is the fundamentals. You don't need these small details. Just focus on the fundamentals. You'll be good. Guys, give us more cheat codes. They're coming. Mastermind.
Oh, they're
already there in the fucking group. Is head positioning more important than background and scenery? Are you thinking about photos? I've noticed Alex does this thing with his head. Yes. Doesn't matter where you are.
Yes.
You still look more attractive. This is creepy because I was thinking about this morning because I was looking at my Instagram. I'm like, oh fuck, I have my head in the same position in every photo that I end up posting.
Yes, because it's effective. Yeah. But I would say, dude, I don't even give a fuck about the background and scenery of the photos.
Nah, this is not the. You're not making postcards to send to your grandmother. You're making photos for Tinder. Like they don't care about the background. They care about you portraying that. Okay, hey, this guy would fuck me. If you want to make it really simple, you want to make it look like a girl looks at the photo and she's like, all right, hey, this guy would fuck me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you have some interesting and DHV backgrounds and you can mix it up and you can paint a picture, yes. But I am like hyper focused on the subcoms. Mm-hmm. On the subcoms that I don't even really realize or notice what's in the background. So I would say that is the most important thing, really.
It's an interesting observation
because you could have an amazing background, but you look retarded. Your subcoms are shit. The background is irrelevant.
No one is ready to see Alex on the field. Well, Swift, you're unrecognizable, isn't he? Isn't he?
Thank you. I just got back from the mountains for 2 weeks.
Is it mandatory to bang on first date to get second date? It's not mandatory, but probably the reason why you're not getting the second one is the same reason she didn't fuck on the first. So, unless it's something like, she was on her period and she just wouldn't do it, then you just go for a second time if you just really can't get over it, right? But other than that, like. Yeah, I mean, you probably can't meet up with her because most of the time it's going to be something else, like a lack of attraction.
Yes, and also you keep in mind, you didn't fuck on the first date, but did you try? Let's say you did try. Did you try a lot? So it's like you try. Now you lost attraction and value. You look needy. So the second date is like, this desperate guy,
he's going to do this again. It's going to be the same thing again.
It's like
he's going to be nagging for hours again.
And she's like, well, maybe I like this guy, but he's very eager and available. So she may
push you back.
Yeah. Now, if you don't try at all, then either you're a pussy or she takes that in a good way. She's like, oh, this is a challenge. And she'll see you a second time. So it really depends on like the frame and what happened in the interaction, right?
Yeah. What you've been like. Does anything bring you guys down and not want to game? Bad sleep. Bad sleep. Obviously.
Sleep and diet. Sleep and diet.
Yeah. If the diet been shit for whatever reason, which is rare, but it will happen. Or if I had like a really hard training session that day, I might just be like, fuck, I am toasted. Like my central nervous system is just fucked up. I can't think. I don't want to leave my bed. That could be it. But in terms of I feel like things that would bring other guys down would motivate me to be like, fuck this shit. I'm going out and pulling.
Yes. You call it work, going to work.
Yeah, like, all right, hey, I'm going to work now. Fuck this shit. For me, going to work is going to game. In the club,
Alex will go, hey, I'm going to work, which means I'm going out, pulling a girl, coming back.
Yeah.
That's work.
But it is work. I have to take this seriously. I'm like an athlete of game. I can't skip practice.
You're doing something what Alejandro got scared of is really taking responsibility.
Exactly, yeah.
It's kind of like you going to work. They need to get to work and join the mastermind. It makes fucking sense. But I think, dude, sleep, bro, the difference between 6 hours of sleep and 9 hours and 6.5 hours and 8.5, 7 hours or 10 is the most noticeable fucking thing of it. It is crazy. If I get 9+ hours, your subcoms. My subcoms are on fucking point. You just have initial attraction and value just from your subcoms, like getting enough sleep.
Yeah, your subcoms really suck if you don't sleep well. It's crazy.
It really is. Tell me.
Here. So she said, this is very
Fuck
interesting.
it. You want to go? Let's go risky.
Let's see. What do we have?
I think we should go risky. She did the fuck girl emoji. I'd rather tell you when you're here on your knees. I say we go risky. I say fuck it. I say go risky.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
Look, don't send a fuck girl emoji if you don't want to be on your fucking knees.
Yeah.
All right.
We go.
All
We go. Let's go. Not really. It's better to learn game with low SMV than higher one because you learn better without relying on other things. Yes, absolutely. Totally, man. Totally. You're right. When you enter a club or a bar, do you start approaching right away using 3-second rule? No.
Nope.
No. I mean, what do? We go in, get a drink. We probably talk and chill for 5-10 minutes. Then we do something.
I'll explain to you because when I'm coaching or when I'm with Alex going out, the one thing that really sets the tone every fucking night is not having the 3-second rule, not doing this is the P way, like looking around for my sets. This is when we see that, we know
we're like, this guy's fucked. Like he's already done, because if we can see this, the girls can definitely see that you're scanning and nervous and all in your head and shit.
So, but what I noticed when I'm coaching a student and we're hanging out and just talking about game, and we're expressive, we have good subcoms when we're speaking to each other, just like when we would go out and we're just hanging out and talking and playing around. We have good subcoms. We have energy. What happens if we do that for 30 minutes? Girls start to approach. Girls start to surround us. Right? They try to get our attention because we're not doing the PUA thing. We're bringing the energy. We have great subcoms. So if we do this for the first hour or first 30 minutes, guess what? We could be like, all right, let's approach. Well, we have girls surrounding us. We know these girls were staring at us, wondering why we're not paying attention to any girl. Okay. They're trying to make eye contact and get our attention. So we already have attraction and a bit of value, and we're going to have a lot more compliance when we actually do open. So that is what we do. We don't do 3-second rule and just like open every single fucking girl in the club within 3 seconds. No. Now, maybe you need that if you have AA, and it could be helpful for you if you have severe AA, and if you sit and wait and chill, it just increasingly gets worse for you. Then get your approaches out of the way and build some momentum. I understand that if that works for you.
Yeah. I would never tell a student to. No. I don't think I would do. Again, at least I wouldn't frame it that way. I would frame it like approach when you see something good.
Yeah.
Because I would like it doesn't need to go approach fatties or like fucking girls he doesn't want to talk to. It doesn't need to. It's
unless he doesn't do any approaches, then you have to.
Yeah, unless he does nothing, then you're only I'm only sending you to the fat girl.
You guys are going to eat out a fat girl. Okay?
Yeah. What size shirts do you? Well, I mean, first of all, I don't remember. Second of all, I don't know how that helps you because we're not the same. We don't have the same body.
Maybe he's the same size. Maybe he's bigger.
Maybe you're the same size.
maybe he's bigger than both of us.
In that case, I got XL, and XXL.
Do they run a little bit larger?
They do. Yeah. Speaking of Marcus, is he coming on live anytime soon? Yes, I'm gonna meet him at Tomorrowland next week. I'm taking my camera to shoot a vlog at Tomorrowland.
That's a good idea.
So you're gonna like that. That's for sure. How was it gaming in Kyrgyzstan? I mean,
I was very, very far deep in nature. I was very far away from any civilization. So I was actually literally in the mountains, sleeping in these little native tent things they built with no internet, no electricity except for a little solar panel thing. So there was no game, but I brought a girl hiking with me. So I brought a local girl from Kyrgyzstan. So I don't necessarily know the gaming parts, but I can talk about the girls there. But outside of that, I am not exactly sure how like Nightgame is. Daygame, I'm sure you could do some Daygame in Bishkek. But outside of Bishkek, I don't know how much gaming you're going to do outside of Bishkek. It's not exactly the most gameable places.
Yeah,
because it's a lot of sort of traditional cities and nomads and country.
I think here's what I think from what you told me. I think if a lot of guys went there and they tried to game, they would get beat up.
Well, that is one also problem. They do not like. Okay, they do not like any foreigner, any non-Kyrgyz fucking with their women. They don't like it. And I could see it in their fucking eyes when I was with their girl. Okay, I was with the Kyrgyz girl. I saw it in their eyes. They do not like it. Good thing I am bigger than them, all of them. Okay, my testosterone is slightly higher than theirs because they have very high testosterone there. The tattoos, no one has tattoos. They were a bit afraid of my tattoos. They assumed that I was some sort of Russian mafia. So I had, if you're a low-T guy with horrible subcoms and no backbone, they will challenge you a little bit. I guarantee it. Mm-hmm. So be very careful. If they think you're Russian, they don't like a lot of Russian people. If you're a pussy, you're going to get fucked around. So I would just be careful, like day gaming in Kyrgyzstan. They really don't like you fucking with their girls. They don't want you to take their women out of their country. They raise their women to be incredible good girls, great wives, great mothers. It's something they learn growing up early on. They actually take courses and classes. And it's just a very, very deep part of their culture. So, they don't appreciate you going in and acting like a fucking idiot with their girls. So
this is the thing. This is why guys ask about Dubai. I feel like if you go there and you're not on point, you could get in real fucking trouble.
Yes.
Like if you're good and you're smooth,
yes,
you get away, right? But if you do like weird shit and you have girls complaining about you to like mall security or something, I think you are very fucked.
Yes, and guys in the West don't understand.
Yeah, they're naive to it. They're naive. They think that nothing is gonna happen. I have my I have my embassy and shit. But like,
but they don't understand that certain part. Guys in the West.
Yeah,
there's some parts of the world where guys aren't cucks. Guys aren't like low testosterone. There are parts of the world where it's very traditional. Okay, and men are very assertive. Very high T, very masculine, and they respect themselves. Okay, you're not a foreigner coming in acting like a fucking idiot, fucking with their women, misbehaving. There's parts of the world where you just won't get away with that. Okay, and it's very rare nowadays. Okay, there's a lot of places that
there's only in the East. Pretty much.
You go to Germany and Sweden, and
you do whatever.
Dudes are fucking pussies. They're cucks. You go to certain places like Kyrgyzstan, you can't get away with being a bitch, okay? They won't allow you to misbehave and to treat their women or take their women and blah, 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 blah. The men still exist there, so you have to understand that.
I imagine same with Georgia as well.
Georgia, but I would put Kyrgyzstan
above, yeah.
But Georgia is like that as well, but they're losing it a little. They're losing it a little bit.
How would you put, let's say, Kyrgyzstan versus Dubai in that regard? Would you still put Kyrgyzstan above?
But it's different because Dubai, there's not a particular type of guy in Dubai.
That's true. It's a big mix. It's a big mix of people.
I would say the law is not going to get you in Kyrgyzstan. It's the people holding you responsible for
it's like the villagers.
The villagers holding you responsible.
Yeah.
Like no police coming over here in the mountains, right?
Yeah.
But it's different. It's a whole. There's Dubai and Kyrgyzstan is
Different world.
thing.
Different
it's
world.
just different.
Yeah. 7-month rotation girl sent me a picture of a guy inviting her to a party. In the text, there are hearts exchanged and flirting going on. She then asked me if she should go. How could I handle this? What do you think?
Just sent me a picture of a guy inviting her to a party. In the text, there's hearts exchange and flirting going on. Asked me if she could go. How could I handle this? Well, you have to ask yourself, why would she send a screenshot that purposely has hearts exchanged and flirting going on? Number one, girls aren't stupid. They know there's hearts exchanged. If they did not want you to know that and to see that, they would crop it out, or they just would not send a screenshot. So you have to ask yourself psychologically, what is the fucking point of this? Number one. Number two, she asked if she could go. Number one, what is she doing here? This is a 7-month deal. This is just a rotation girl. She probably has tried to push for a frame that's more solid and consistent than just a rotation girl. She wants more attention. She wants more privileges. So you have to understand that this is a last resort to get your attention, to get you to be like, what the fuck is going on? No, you can't go. You're mine. But once you do that, you've committed to this frame, okay? So you have to decide, do you want to move this further into something that's a little bit more solid, where you're now putting your foot down and saying, hey, you can't see guys, you can't see this guy, you're fucking mine, do what I say sort of thing.
It's just going to demand the same.
Now, doesn't mean she'll demand a relationship, an exclusive relationship. It could. She could just want you to pick it up and be like, hey, you're mine, don't do this. Maybe she wants more direction and leadership from you, just like the lack of leadership you showed when you left the Mastermind recently. I'm just saying.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Well, when you put it that way.
Right. He thinks I'm like framing him or something. Like I'm actually being serious about this. So there may be a lack of leadership. She just may want direction and boundaries. Not necessarily a serious relationship. Tell her, hey, this is the standards. These are the boundaries, expectations. Do this, do that. She may just need that. Or she could just be trying to get more attention and to get her way into a relationship. So you have to determine which one this is. But either way, you have to either ignore this and let it play out, or you have to put your foot down and say, no, this is how it's going to happen.
The reason I'm suspecting that she's trying to push for something more serious is because he's just a catch.
He's a catch. This is a desperate. Honestly, because he is a catch. He's a high T individual, high value guy. So I think this could just very well be a game strategy on her part. She doesn't know what else to do after 7 months. So it's desperation from her part, probably, right?
Good answer. Good answer. Alex, the girls from other Scandinavian countries are as hot as Swedish girls. Fuck, Norwegian girls are very good, man. Danish girls, pretty shit.
Have you ever met a Danish girl?
The thing is, genetically they're hot, right? But they are actively trying to make themselves look uglier. They dress like old ladies.
Yes.
They wear these fucking retarded fucking sandals and like just weird fucking
but then again,
dresses.
hold on. Well, I want to play devil's advocate.
All right, let's hear it.
I want to play devil's advocate because I was like, yeah.
Let's hear
then
it.
I thought, hold on. Maybe they're good girls. You know what I mean? Hold on a second. Maybe they go, we're not whores like these girls in Sweden. We don't do this. We dress like good girls.
Fuck, that could be true.
We portray ourselves this way.
That could be true.
We're wife material. We want to be a good girl. And we want a real man, and we want to get a nice little house in the village, a cottage, have children, and just be a respectable woman. That
it could be that. I'm very open to that. It could also be
they just have horrible fashion.
It could also be that.
It could be.
Yeah, this is what I observed. They really dress down.
I've never been
which is strange.
I've never been to Denmark, so
but that could actually be a good point because I have found let's say Denmark overall seems to be much more conservative than Sweden.
Yes.
Even like there's a lot of nationalism in Denmark, which there is not a lot in Sweden really. So I think that is actually like a big difference between those countries.
And I think they're near Sweden, and I think they look at Swedish girls and go, "We need to go to the extreme to show that we are."
Because they can't win the other battle. They're not gonna win the other battle.
Well, if you're a respectable woman, why would you want to win that battle?
Well, that's true. I will also say there are respectable women in Sweden, but mostly if you go to the countryside, you're not gonna find them in Stockholm. You're not gonna find them in fucking in the cities. You're gonna find them pretty much where I grew up, actually. And I mean, I look at a lot of them. A lot of them, they get married very early, like super fucking okay. They get married very early to some guy driving like a tractor, and they look very happy. So.
And yes, a lot of guys don't understand that these girls exist, and that's because once you enter any kind of large city, that is where true degeneracy really takes place.
When you go to Manhattan, that's where, like, fuck, man, I've never seen degeneracy like in Soho, Manhattan. Holy, mind blowing.
This is a worldwide thing. You go to the biggest cities, it is just different.
But look, we're starting to see it here now too.
Here in Warsaw,
that's sad. That is sad.
It's trending. It's spreading.
Sad.
It's spreading. It's spreading east. It's going to take over Ukraine after this war. It's going to take over Eastern Europe. It's going to move towards Asia. Really, the last sort of area.
It's like if they get Kyrgyzstan, then they can get anything.
Yes,
can get anything.
But I think we have many years before it takes over.
Oh yeah, we'll be fine. Next generation, though, I don't know. Our kids,
guys, you're gonna wonder why we keep moving east. We go from USA, Australia, Sweden, all the way to Budapest and to Poland and to Ukraine. We're moving east because it's spreading this way.
Migrating. We're probably gonna end up in, we're gonna end up in like Thailand, like this other fucking guys.
Yeah, but Thailand is at the end because of all the ladyboys and everything.
Yeah.
Central Asia, it would be practically
maybe
Soviet Union.
Maybe it started in Thailand and spread east to
it's trying to encircle these areas, and they're fighting for this. So
exactly.
We'll see.
Why is David always talking about Indian guys? Because he has a lot of experience with.
I have a lot of experience with Indian guys, and I have a large following, like underground following in India.
Yeah, so. He likes Indian guys.
I like Indian guys too.
Yeah. Alex and Swift, how do I sound more assertive and dominant in a text message?
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to make sure that your writing style conveys that.
Not like this.
Not like this.
No.
So you're gonna have to use. Yeah. You have to learn to communicate in a much more brief, full stop way. Use your periods, your exclamation marks. So you just have to learn the writing style, and when you read it, does it sound more assertive? Like reread your own messages, and as long as you're not like autistic, you'll be able to read it and say, "Do I sound more assertive?" Or
but not? Look at this message. This message is lazy, right?
Yes.
Because look, there's like typos. There's like no punctuation. Like it's just like if someone would text me this way, I couldn't help but perceive him less intelligent.
A little bit retarded. So I think you need to, like, if you ask us a question, you need to think about your writing style. But I will say, I know we keep bringing this up, but in the Mastermind, we have these text series with over, at least in these two series, over 100 posts. So hundreds of screenshots. A lot of them have girls in it they're from Ukraine. So this style of being more assertive and dominant is the examples are in these interactions. So all you have to do is look at these 100 posts and learn from these posts and look at the examples. All the guys do this, by the way, all in the Mastermind. They go through our examples, they read it, they learn it, they adopt the style, and they get laid. So
simple.
You go to the Mastermind, go to the guide section, and go to Swift Interaction Series or something. Right.
I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Well.
So go to the guide section, Swift interaction postings, and there's an Alex, there's a Limburg posting as well. Right?
Yeah. Is this pinned now? Can you see it?
Yes.
Is this pinned?
It's hard to at least.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's good.
All right, cool.
I don't know if it's pinned.
Let's see where we were. We're gonna get back to the questions here. Fuck, we went through a lot of questions. My biggest following is in India. That's kind of where we were. Yeah, what's up with the balloons in the background?
I turned 36 a few days ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is from your girl.
This is actually she's such a good girl. This is actually from the Central Asian girl. Okay. She sent me balloons and gifts and all this shit at 12:01 midnight.
She's great.
Yes, very good girl. Look, they exist. You're just not going to find them in certain places and cities.
Yeah.
Right? But girls are going to be what you want. They're going to be the good girls that you desire. Okay? They're going to treat you with absolute respect. They're going to love you. They're going to trust you with their fucking life if you're that guy. If you're that guy. If you demand it, if you command it, if you've earned it. You have to earn it from these girls, because these girls are not basic girls. They're also the 0.001% girls. Okay? So you need to have that respect for them, that they are also a 0.001% girl. They're not these basic OnlyFans bitches that you make fun of, okay? So you need to have the value and the leadership to actually have them follow you, obey, love you, and respect you every fucking moment of the day.
So could you tell us more about Indian guys and 50 orgasms and nothing about game, please?
Well, this John Michael guy, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a pussy simp. I don't understand why you would come on here and try to get attention from us. That's what it really comes down to. It's not even validation. It's just attention, begging for attention. Please notice my name and look at me and talk about me, which we are because you clicked it. I tried to ignore this guy.
We did it now. So
but we spoke for how many hours so far? Couple hours, few hours, answering every question, which you have zero.
Yeah.
But look, guys, read this tone. Do you want to be whoever this guy is? You don't. This guy, whoever this guy is, I apologize. I hope you get better, and I hope you improve and develop yourself as a man, and you become happy one day. But you know, this guy's sitting at home hating himself. He may want to kill himself. Women don't respect him. Men don't respect him. Nobody follows him. Okay, he's not a leader. Nobody would ever follow him. And this is very sad to get on here and to speak like this when we're sitting here for hours for free, answering every question possibly in the most detailed way humanly possible, with true passion and desire to help every single person we can. So I don't know what you're complaining about. I think it's a very kind of low value and low testosterone, very pathetic sort of behavior. And I really hope you get better.
I wish you the best. Any tips for making your voice louder heard in Nightgame interactions? Right now, I find myself leaning in close to talk to the girl. It makes it tough to involve their friend. Like, really, it is a matter of just getting louder. For the first period of time, your voice is probably going to, like, your throat is probably going to be very sore after your Nightgame sessions. This went away for me after about a year of going out and essentially yelling every night. Now I can talk loud, non-stop, as long as I want, pretty much. But that's what it comes down to. There's no magic trick. You just have to be louder. This is like, how do I get in front of the girl? Well, you walk in front of her. How do I be louder? Well, you raise your voice. Like, there's unfortunately no technique. You just have to get more used to it.
Yeah, but a lot of guys, what I've noticed, a lot of guys, what they're afraid of is judgment and social pressure. Of course, you speak louder and you speak with confidence, okay, with certainty. It draws attention no matter where you go. Yeah. Okay, when we walk down the street and we talk, everyone is looking. Okay. Yeah. So the way you walk, the confidence, the way you talk, when you speak up, people listen. They look, right? So it really comes down to, can you handle the social pressure of actually speaking up? And the only way you can do that, there's no shortcut to it. You have to speak up. You have to take on that social pressure. You have to feel judged. You have to feel like you're going to die. You have to feel whatever it is you feel, the panic that sets in, whatever it may be. You need to do it more and more and more until you become more comfortable, more confident, and less sensitive to that. Once you do, it's a massive value, right? It's an incredible skill that you're going to need, and it builds up your confidence. But there's only one way to get to that point. Speak up.
Yeah.
Force yourself.
It can also be that, you're standing far away. Because if she's like right next to you, you don't have to be that loud. You just get them both to stand next to you. Like you should be at this distance.
The thing is, when we go out, we don't want to be quiet. Like,
no.
When we go out, we want the pressure.
I want everyone to hear.
We want everyone to look over. We want the guys to be, because the guys look over, if they're not pickup guys, they look over going, fuck, man. Like they go, fuck, why are they here? Simply because they hear our voice travel through the club. They go, fuck, fuck, because they know they can't do it. They can't speak up because they can't take on the social pressure. So they want everyone else to be on their level of whispering to the girl close. Okay. So if you go in and you garner the attention of the club and you take on that social pressure, you're not fazed by it. The girls are turned on. They're curious, they're interested, and they come close to you. They gravitate towards you, and the guys are jealous.
True that. Thanks for the answer. Latinos are mostly in Spain, Italy, and Switzerland. Yeah. I mean, definitely in Spain. But I mean, pretty much, I would say, if they're from Latin America, they're probably going to respond well to what a typical Latin American girl would, which what is. They really like it with directness.
Yes.
Directness, dominance, assertiveness. But it's almost like a pattern here. It's almost like fucking every girl likes this. It's almost like a pattern, right?
No, but I've noticed like Brazilians, they love. Well, first of all, you need to be very direct. You need to be very confident. You need to be very dominant with Brazilian women. But they love passion. So that directness, that dominance that you could have with like a Ukrainian girl, minus all this charisma and emotions and passion, you're going to need with like Brazilian girls and a lot of Latina girls, right? So it's a little bit different from the Ukrainian girls, but it's very similar, right?
It's actually very similar. One particular thing that, I mean, you're definitely the one who brought attention to this is you get them to qualify their booty because they have a massive ego around
that is a cheat code.
Yeah, because it works with all of them.
It works every fucking time. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you can do it in like pretty uncalibrated ways. Like, because I remember saying to like a Colombian girl, like, no, you're not Colombian. Colombian girls have like fucking
they're like
perfect asses.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Like
she's like, hey, what do you say? And just turn around.
Look at this ass. It works. It's easy. But by the way, I haven't used that here. Yeah. Because
they're fucking flat.
Polish girls don't have booties. Yeah. It's unbelievable. They have flat asses here. Yeah. They have big titties, flat asses. Yeah. I am booty deprived here in fucking Warsaw.
But we have a lot of Polish girls watching now, probably.
We love your booties. We love small booties just like we love big booties. To all our Polish girls, because they're all watching this, by the way, or will watch this when they get this notification.
Yeah.
Is unique and different. We love the way you are and the way the other girls are.
Especially you. You know who I'm talking about. Especially
I know who you're talking about. You really like this girl. You respect her.
Oh yes.
She's an amazing girl. We love her confidence.
She's an angel.
She's a good girl.
Yeah. Very good. What do you think about the concept of self-amusement? It depends on how it's done. Because some guy can go out and just have like fuck around and have fun, but they look like a fucking clown and low value when they're doing it. Yeah. But if you're able to go out and have fun and like raise other people's emotional state while you're essentially communicating high value, you still have respect, you're not like a clown, and I think it's amazing. If you do it well, but if you're doing this thing where, if you've seen Infield on YouTube where they're like rolling around on the street and like, we are dead fish or something like this, like weird shit, then how is that going to create attraction? Like, think about it. Like, how would it? Because if you watch like the old RSD Infield when they're doing self-amusement. Like,
well, bro, I experienced self-amusement, okay?
But self-amusement is...
Look, I gamed with a lot of RSD guys and RSD coaches, okay, in Vegas and other places. So I was pulled with RSD guys and coaches. This is okay, whatever. When you walk through the club and you hear girls complaining about the weirdos who are saying this and doing that,
you know there's an RSD boot camp going on.
You know that they're talking about the RSD guys. And there's no value, there's no purpose and benefit to this except you emasculate yourself and you embarrass yourself and you don't get pussy and girls don't like you. It's unbelievable. You can have fun and self-amuse if your subcoms are on point and you're moving things forward. There has to be a balance to it. Right.
My self-amusement is fucking the go.
There's nothing more self-amusing. Will lead to generating some level of curiosity, interest, value, attraction, and possibly if we want to move the interaction forward, right? I think that's the best self-amusement.
So the thing is, I would say, if you're going to do the self-amusement thing, make sure that you're actually setting good frames while you're doing it.
Correct.
It's very important. Make sure that your subcoms are on point. Make sure that you are able to throw in some DHVs here and there while you're doing it. Your self-amusement could be, let's see what ridiculous over-the-top DHV I could get away with saying. That's a good self-amusement. For example, if I would tell a girl like, I used to date a supermodel. Actually, she's actually one of the first girls who ever went to Mars. So, very successful woman in a lot of different areas, blah, 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 blah. And like actually trying to get the girl to the point where I convinced her that this was the first girl on Mars or something. Yes. For me, that would be like self-amusement. Or like your self-amusement would be to have a debate with the girl like women shouldn't be allowed to vote. And convince her to be like, oh fuck yeah, he's right.
Yeah, it's like pushing it. Can I convince women that it's actually in their best interest to not have the right to vote? I find that funny. And amusing, but
it's also good practice. If you're able to push that logic, you can push any logic.
Exactly.
But when you put that logic out, it actually does make a lot of sense. It's very persuasive.
Look, I could convince you guys that women shouldn't be able to vote, but I don't really truly believe that. Of course,
No, you can vote. When is Marcus releasing 6 course you talked about? Probably very soon.
After this, probably after August,
after the boot camps and stuff. I don't want to speak for him, but I would say probably like towards the third quarter of the last quarter of the year.
Guys, I went over the even more finished.
It's actually ridiculous how in depth it is. It's
unbelievable. I honestly, I
can't believe some of the shit he managed to get on camera.
I honestly thought it was going to be very good, of course, but when I went through it, it exceeded my expectations of what I thought was in there. Okay,
but it's very impressive.
I didn't know he was going to make actual videos walking through everything.
Yeah,
bro,
he's demonstrating
for all the fucking perverts who just want to jerk off to Marcus. This is a product for you. But if you want to learn and see how everything works, the role playing, working things out, the fingering, everything. He has hot women on there. He's walking through everything. You see everything.
These are rotation girls, by the way. They're not actresses or anything.
And look, this is a great thing if you're learning game from, let's say, the Mastermind. You get sort of the perspective of pulling the girl back to your place and then proceeding on how to give the women the greatest experience of their life. So I think it's fucking crazy good. I did not expect it to be this fucking in-depth and this good. I'm a little bit jealous, right? Because I'm like, fuck, I want to be
before us.
Yeah, I want to be in this video. I want to be in the product now, like just one segment, so I can be like, so people think I put a whole lot of work into this, okay? Because it's really good.
That's great. Horniness is key. Reduces so much thinking and anxiety for whatever reason. Fuck, we're like 1.5 hours ahead of the questions.
Yeah. Well, we're answering every fucking question.
We're going through it. We're not rushing through this. Okay, we're taking our time to give good responses here. Were you guys? Fuck, Swift standard. I think we need. Okay. Let's just do it like this. We will do one day. We will do like a special stream dedicated to only this because you've been hyper focused on this for a while.
Yeah. So look, during my journey over the past 10 to 15 years, I focus on particular areas and I experiment, and I get really in depth. Okay, and I explore certain areas that will help me in the future, right? But will also help students and men. One thing I've noticed, a lot of guys really lately, especially if you've been around in the mastermind for 3 years, 4 years, or if I've known you for 6, 7 years, you get to the point where you're wanting a serious relationship. You're wanting to get married, let's say, and start a family. A lot of guys don't want to admit that, because in the PUA community, it's it's against the red pill or against this or against that.
Which is silly. It's very silly.
Yeah, a lot of guys don't want to admit that, and they disappear, and you're like, you got married, or hey, you're in a relationship. They don't want to say it. They're scared.
Yeah,
which is nothing wrong with fucking finding a good girl, starting a family, having kids.
I think most of the guys who are whining about it, they're just straight up whining about it, is because they got into it before they had skills to manage it.
Right, and that's the thing. Next, the game really gets more difficult when you're talking about having a standard for the best girl that you can find, who's the best wife that you can find, the best mother, a girl that respects you, that you respect, that you can be around every single day, who does not stress you. Guys, this is a crazy thing. Guys believe a relationship is being stressed out by your girl and having arguments. Yeah. Guys.
And begging for blowjobs.
And begging for sex.
This blew my mind.
This is not a healthy relationship. And this is not how this in the media, it's like, well, that's a marriage. There's ups and downs, and your woman cheats and she yells at you to do the laundry. No. Doesn't have to be that way, guys, okay? I'm telling you right now, you can have a woman who's a good girl, but you kind of mold a little bit. You got to raise her properly in a non-misogynistic way. My girl would understand what this means, and she understands this. But you need to respect her, okay? Because she's a high-value woman. You're picking a high-value woman, I'm assuming. You need to have value, okay? Be able to be respected, to be followed. You have to be a good leader. You need value, okay? You can't be a fucking loser. You can't be a fucking simp and go, well, I deserve everything, and I'm a fucking idiot. Like this John Michael guy who's complaining, who's sitting at home with no pussy, and there's not a single woman that respects this man. There's no women that respect him. That's sad, and I hope he gets better. Don't live like that. So you need to be able to be a man that is respected, that can be followed. And look, my girls, they trust me with their life. We could go anywhere, and there's this immediate instinctive understanding and reaction that's natural, that David knows how to make decisions. He knows how to lead. And if anything happens, I don't have to think about it.
You got it sorted.
I already got it sorted, right? So I have the Swift standard. I've been figuring this shit out for a while. And it's not theory, guys. We don't learn theory. We don't read books, okay?
Yeah. Guys ask me, like, what books did you read? I don't fucking read books.
We don't.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We don't read books and just regurgitate bullshit. Some fucking nerd. Like, guys, if you're listening to, who's that one guy, the glasses who wrote the book?
Mystery?
No.
The journalist guy, Neil Strauss.
Not Neil Strauss. Wait, I don't know.
What are you talking about?
With the glasses, he has the podcasts. He goes on Fresh and Fit sometimes.
Rollo
Tomassi. Guys, if you guys are listening, if you guys are looking up to Rollo Tomassi and listening to this fucking nerd, don't. Please don't. Dear God, do not listen to Rollo Tomassi. Don't do it. Stay away. He's another theory junkie.
Yeah.
This is a theory junkie fucking nerd. Don't listen to this crap.
Let me see if I understood this correctly. I don't know if it's this guy, but he's got like a lay count of 40, 50 or something.
I would be shocked if he had that many lays.
Let's just say that. Let's just say that hypothetically, right?
He does not have 40
it could be less, could be more, but I think
this is
I think we're around there.
This is a non-pussy getting man who's overly emotional, who has really no composure over his own emotions, which makes me question what kind of man you are if you really have no control over your emotions.
Yeah. And I'm not even gonna say that lay count is like an important
experience.
Limit.
Right?
Experience is important, but if a student can get that in a couple of months, and this guy is supposed to be an authority, there's like a disconnect there.
Yes, and I think the biggest factor is when they try to tell you what to think, they try to teach you, and everything that's coming from their mouth is not experience. When they go, well, it's this way and this way because I said so, because look at that. When they point and go, look at this example, look at that.
Cherry picking.
And they go, well, according to this study, I go, you fucking nerd. Listen, tell me I know this because I have experience. And here's my experiences. And here's the logic I got to. And this is what I know because of what I've lived in life. That's true wisdom. Rollo Tomassi is a fucking nerd. Period. Okay, I'm sorry. There's a lot of guys who like him. He's a fucking nerd. I would never take a single piece of advice from this man.
I gotta go.
What was my fucking point? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta take a piss as well. I'll be back.
Yeah. Look, I think. Me and Alex's lifestyle may not be set for one single woman in an exclusive committed relationship. Who knows? Maybe one day, but right now that's not exactly. I mean, what would we do? We'd have, let's say a main girl, and she would have the understanding that we have other girls on the side and that we're a fair partner, sort of dynamic, and that's what we would have, and the girls would understand, and they would be happy. But there's nothing wrong with having one girl starting a family, getting married. If that's what you want to do, I think you should be ready for it and prepared. You should have some experience and develop certain skills before you jump into that, because most guys don't. And you're also jumping into it with the wrong girl, and you're jumping into it with some Western women who you might have met at the club. And it's like, well, you meet a girl at the club, but you're also telling her no girls' night out. It's like, well, you married a club girl. It's kind of like the fresh fit guys dating exclusively the women they're complaining about, who are not wife material. I'm sorry, they're not. And they even say it. It's clear, like, your standards should be a lot higher. Well, why are you wasting your time with these women? It makes no fucking sense. It's stupid. Yeah, you could have a little fun. You could fuck, have something casual. But you need to have you need to have a screening process and stricter standards when it comes to the mother of your children. Okay, the mother of your children should not be getting banged by some BBCs on online for everyone to see while you're getting cucked and pretending like you're okay with it and you're an alpha guy. It's probably not most guys don't want that, right? So you have to go through. You have to find your screening process. You have to know your standards. You have to understand women a little bit better. You have to be able to identify red flags. And I had this whole Swift standard. We'll do a whole live about this. You have to know what you want. But I'll give one thing. It's very important to look at the girl's family and her background, because that's going to really disqualify girls right away, and you don't need to waste time. We all love a girl with daddy issues. I find them a lot of fun. A lot of great girls with daddy issues. That's fine. But if you're going to play it, if you're going to play it safe, okay. I would say look at her father. Is he a masculine presence, right? Is he a good father, a good husband? The mother, is she a good mother, a good wife? How's the household? Blah, blah, blah. I think, does she have traumas? Look, she's bipolar with tons of trauma. You know, I'm sure she's a nice girl and she's good for someone else, but I would prefer to have a girl who has no childhood traumas, who is not bipolar, who's emotionally healthy, who comes from a very healthy family that loves them, and yada, yada, yada. I think that's really one standard.
David, you're looking fit as fuck. Yeah! Yeah!
Bro, I'm the next few months, I'm getting there. You're going to see more changes the start of 2024 for sure.
Oh, David, what's the goal for 2023?
The goal is to continue doing what I'm doing, ramp it up. I'm going to start lifting full time with Alex after all the boot camps in August, so probably September.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get on. This is going to be my mentor. This is going to be my gym mentor, my gym bro. Lifting mentor. He's a fucking expert. If you guys have any questions about fitness and health and lifting, he's a fucking pro. I don't need coaching. He got coaching from the experts. He knows everything. I ask him. I save money. He tells me how
I've spent a lot of money on coaching.
We talk about coaching and everything. There's people who know about fitness who've gotten to the point where you want to get to, who did all the work, who have the experiences.
Oh yeah.
You pay them, and you pay them a lot of money.
They even way exceed the.
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah, it was worth it. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's my goal. I'm going to do that. That's my number one focus.
Yeah.
And the second one is to do a lot more YouTube content. So
yeah, because fuck, we kill it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to. I hit my 210 goal. I want to continue to get under 200, and then I could have a little bit more leeway. Time to sit down.
The problem is that we have a life outside of this. Believe it or not.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That is the problem. Fuck, I wish we didn't have a life.
That's the problem.
We could
we're outside, we're moving around. We're not like sitting inside all day. But we need to do a little bit more of that
we do.
for YouTube.
We do. Yeah. We do.
So you're going to see a lot more content, and we're going to try to make it interesting.
Any fitness goals or SMV upgrade plans? Well, I think we pretty much covered that.
Get jacked.
Yeah.
Get healthy, sleep better, everything. We're trying to optimize, just like in game and in dating, we're trying to optimize our player character. So
really.
All traits, all areas, all aspects.
Let's put it like this. Guys, they think about, am I blue pill, red pill, or black pill? I'm thinking take the best from all of them, do like a drug cocktail. Right, just take all the pills. Fuck it, just take all of them.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even listen to it.
Nah, like they're all retards. Like they're all retards. What I'm saying is, you take the best, because there's some truth to all of what they're saying. It's just like weird, twisted truths, right? Black pill is like looks matter. Well, yes, they do. But some guys would completely actually say they don't matter at all, which is fucking retarded. Of course, it matters.
That's like retarded.
Yeah, it really does matter. So. But guys like to think in black or white because they're so simplistic, and it's like laziness. Really, it's laziness, and they like listening to dogma, and they can't think.
Well, ego
think
too.
In nuances.
Ego too, because look, in order to like really dive deep into self-development and actually improve, you have to self-reflect, and look at where you're wrong. Where you need to improve on, and confronting that, it can be very difficult. But hey, what I did a long time ago is I created my own player character, and I had to ask myself, where can I improve on? Like what traits? It's like skills, like a video game character, right? And I wrote down in every trait or skills in every area, every aspect of life and everything. Where can I improve on? Just like a video game character. And then I had to figure out how can I level up in all those areas and what actions I need to take, create an action plan, and work every single day. Every single day. Short-term goals, the short-term goals, and you work every single day. It's work, it's tedious, it's exhausting, it's depressing, it's whatever. Work every single day. A lot of guys won't do that, but it's worth it. You'll be much happier, much happier.
Guaranteed. David will be a tank. Yeah, fucking big.
Well, first of all, Max, Thank you. Number 2, I am already a tank. Okay, look. I mean, look at this. Look, I can't be moved. This is
immovable object.
This is 3.5 times the testosterone level of the average man, and 10 times more than the Jean-Michael guy who's complaining in this comment section.
Yeah, he's still complaining, by the way.
I don't know why.
He's got no life really. Alex, if most of has the dedication and hard work in mastering game like you had, most of us will be seeing games so easy. Could be. It could be. It's really hard for me to answer that because it's rare that you see guys who have that dedication and hard work.
Yes.
So I actually can't answer that honestly because I can only answer. I don't want to sit here and like theorize. But the guys I see who actually do what I'm telling them to do with dedication and hard work, they all end up killing it.
Yes.
It is that simple. Like they all do.
It's kind of like, look, if I'm like 300 fucking pounds and you tell me, look, go to the gym.
You gotta get on this diet.
Get on this diet and everything. Yeah. And then I go, okay, yeah. And I go to the gym once a week. I'm on my diet maybe only half the time.
Yeah, that's not.
And I make some progress. Say I lose a little bit of weight.
Regress. And
then I'm like, look, it's impossible to get to where you are at. And you're like, bro, do you know what I did? I eat the same food every single day. Yeah. I do not eat bullshit. Yeah. I eat healthy. I drink water. I go to sleep. I go to the gym every single day the past 5-6 years. And you don't do this. Of course, you're not going to get to my level. It makes fucking sense, right? So most guys don't realize you could work harder. You could do more. Okay? You're just, limiting beliefs.
Where would you guys recommend making good guy friends / female friends? Would Daygame Nightgame be the spot or something else? Yeah, I mean, you can, I guess, but
well, it depends on. Look, I think it's important to make the guy friends that suit your lifestyle and your ambitions, right? So I don't know, like if you want to be
in the club,
this successful business guy in this area of business,
go to business masterminds or something.
I would find guys who are like have the same ambitions or who are already there. It would make a lot of sense. Like I would not want to go out of my way to be friends with a guy who really wants to work at McDonald's for the rest of their life and who wants to go home and smoke weed.
Yeah, it's just hard.
It makes no sense. Like you just no, I'm not gonna. Hey, I just want to be a McDonald's worker, which is fine, and go home and smoke weed and do nothing else. It makes no sense to hang around with that person, right? So you need to go to the area that. I mean, I don't know. If you like basketball, I would go to the basketball court, make friends with guys playing basketball. Makes sense. And female friends, I don't know. Talk to Marcus about the social circles.
Yeah.
Female friends shit.
I know what I'm gonna.
We fuck the female friends, right? We don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Have sex with them, so.
Female friends. Well, that's a foreign concept. That's a foreign concept.
Because they're always talking about female friends they don't have sex with.
Yeah, I mean, if I have a female friend, it's because I don't want to fuck her.
Yeah, exactly.
But she's cool. She's cool, but I don't want to fuck her. Otherwise, I'll make a rotation girl.
I don't know. I personally would not hang out with a female friend I'm not fucking.
Yeah, I mean, because most of the time there's no benefit.
I'm not saying you can't.
But here's the thing: guys are. Here's the truth. Guys are funnier. Often have more wisdom and life experience that you can get some value from, and they're more loyal. They're more trustworthy.
I'm thinking, yeah, female friends. I would much rather hang out with Alex and some of the high value guys in this building, and that I can learn from, relate to. I mean, the female friends, like what? Like a lot of guys go, well, they could introduce you to other girls.
That is desperate.
I could go. I could find my own girls.
I think that's also fucked up that you have this fake friendship with a girl to fuck her friends. I think that is weird.
Yeah, but I understand the concept of having girls around to bring more girls. I'm not saying you can't do that and don't do that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if I had to spend extra time with people that I don't want, I would much rather do it in other areas that will benefit my life a lot more than girls because I can get girls.
I just fucking see.
But hey, it's what you want. Right?
Hey, you do whatever.
Right.
I think we're gonna call it here.
Where you going?
I'm going to the sex shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about that.
I'm going to the sex shop.
And then
I'm
the
gonna.
gym, right?
That's tomorrow. Today is rest day.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go to the sex shop before they close. Long story short.
Okay, let's pick
Yeah,
one interesting question.
We'll pick.
I heard in the previous, David was writing a book. Okay, yes, the text game thing is coming one day.
One day.
We've said that.
One day.
We've said that for 6 years. Look, it's finished. We just have to type it all in to do it.
Yeah.
It's coming. Look, if we cared about money more, we would have had that release
done it
a
like
long
just
time
3 years ago.
If we were marketers and we did all this strictly for money, trust me, that product would have been out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Honestly, we have it ready. We just need to actually sit down for hours and hours and put it into the fucking program. We will get there.
One day. See, this is a progress. This is a journey for us too.
This is a journey for us to care more about making money.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a complaint of John Michael pretty soon in the comment section. We should care more.
Where do you collect money?
Yeah.
Faggot. Do most of your dates splitting wine at your place, so girls you're closing are mostly nearby your area? Yeah, I mean, I think the radius here is. I mean, it's probably like 20-30 minutes for anyone at most to get here. But I mean, if you're talking about like Nightgame, there's no wine. Like, bro, do we even have alcohol at home?
I have zero.
We don't have alcohol here.
I haven't had alcohol in my apartment in forever, unless it's some vodka Red Bull or something. But I never keep wine around.
We don't do alcohol with girls.
Well, first of all, good girls don't drink a lot.
No, that's true.
So
that's true.
It's a red flag right away.
Well, actually, I will say, in Austin, I did meet up with a couple of girls at the bar next door. Then I had alcohol, but then like I will notice they will be ready to be pulled off like 10 minutes. And I'm like, oh, let's extend this. This is fun. Let's have like 3 or 4 more drinks. Yeah. Give me an excuse to drink. Yeah, I like that. Arrived in Warsaw today. I'm getting more matches on Tinder than usual. Yeah, it's great here. Don't tell anyone it's great here. Don't tell anyone.
It's not good at all.
It's bad. Don't come here. Don't come here. It's bad. Come here. Thanks for the help, David. Great answer. This is amazing advice. Thank you. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What was the UMP for fitness you once mentioned?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, look, I posted about this pinned section in the UMP Mastermind group. I have a UMP Looks Max, okay, black pill. Looks Max
is our black pill subsidiary.
Exactly. It's accountability fitness group. Is essentially increase your SMV. We hold each other accountable. There's like 100 guys in there. I kick people out who are not active, who are not consistent, who are lazy. You get kicked out. Sorry. We only want active guys that encourage each other, help each other when it comes to SMV, diet, and working out.
No basement dwellers. Like honestly, like we should start kicking guys from the mastermind as well if they don't go out. Like because I'm like, sure we will lose money, but like what the fuck? Like it's retarded.
Yeah, I mean it's for the price and the money we're making on it is a lot of work. So it may not be a bad idea to start eliminating.
Yeah. People. Like really?
I don't know. Just join the mastermind.
For me, I'm like I like to follow like an ideology or something. I'm like, you can't be in if you're not acting on it. It's like something is wrong with it.
Yeah, but that's your mentality. I don't know. Look, if
that's
guys
me.
want to join and just creep and read some articles, whatever. But it makes no sense to be active and to join the 3 weekly live streams, ask questions, ask other members, and like, improve. Let's go, like get some results. Like, look, if you're active in the group, you're getting results. Period.
Yeah, if you want to.
Right.
All right.
Anything interesting, Saeed? How you doing, bro?
Saeed, what's up?
Good to see you. there's this girl I'm talking to, and she's sending me snaps of her ass on panties, but she says we were just friends. Okay, well then stop looking at her photos and giving her compliments about her ass.
Well,
how about that? Oh, we're just friends. Okay, then fucking move on.
Yeah.
The thing is, she may be saying we're just friends. Just give me the validation of my ass. Stop giving her validation. Do not open her snaps. No more. Stop opening her snaps, and I guarantee she'll shut the fuck up about not being friends once you strip that validation. She will at least attempt, unless you're just a massive fucking simp. And then for the past 3 years, using you for validation. You don't do that, guys. What the fuck are you guys doing?
I saw that.
When girls send me all these nudes, look, I can't be fucking bothered.
Nah, like I have this every day, and I'm like, I'll open.
Don't be a fucking simp.
Yeah.
Don't be a simp. Come on. What are you doing spending months and months being a friend, validating a girl on her nudes who don't want to meet you? It's have some self-respect as a man and just move on. Okay? Just move on.
It's a foreign concept. Just moving on. Guys think they gotta persist with stupid shit forever. Like, they don't understand the art of moving on.
Yes.
But
also the art of like just having some integrity and self-respect. You know what I mean? Like, come on, be a man. Like, respect yourself a little bit.
Yeah. All right.
What is that noise?
It's the rice cooker. All right, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you everyone for joining. We're gonna do another one of these next week, probably on Tuesday before I leave for Tomorrowland. So maybe you'll do one.
I may do one tomorrow. The next day, I have to do some coaching the next couple of days, but I may.
We'll be back soon. Okay.
Well, in days.
Yeah, in days.
Tomorrow, maybe, or the next day.
I'm not gonna leave you guys for a month again. I swear to God. It's almost like having a dog. You can't leave for like
there's the separation anxiety.
Yeah, I get that too. All right, see you guys. Nice.